This episode of Flagrant 2 has been brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Have you been injured in a car crash, slip and fall, or on a job? You need a law firm that's big enough to challenge the largest insurance companies and corporations. Morgan & Morgan has nearly 500 attorneys throughout the country. Some of them, Flagrant 2.
Yes,
Fans, you saw that one?
An asshole tweeted us.
Let's go.
Gang.
And they've recovered billions of dollars for clients like you. Get America's largest personal injury law firm for the fight that you need with no upfront costs. That's right. It's free unless they win, so they're incentivized. Go to, so visit forthepeople.com. That's FORthepeople.com. Check out Morgan & Morgan. See if they can do something for you. Now, this episode is also brought to you by Adam and Eve. AdamandEve.com.
Yeah.
Free stuff is awesome, guys. We know that. But free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better. Maybe they got like some little Hemi tickler. Select almost any one item for 50% off. And then Adam and Eve loads on the free stuff, a sexy item for you, a special gift for Bae, and a third item that you'll both enjoy, and 6 free spicy movies, plus free shipping. All you got to do is use the offer code FLAGRANT, okay? FLAGRANT is the offer code FLAGRANT. FLAGRANT at the checkout point. That's adamandeve.com. Guys, go get some condoms. If you don't need any sex toys, just go get some condoms. If you want to support the show, you're going to have to buy them anywhere. Now, let's get into it. Let's get into it, guys. What's up, everybody? And welcome to Flagrant 2. No easy buckets analysis by assholes. Water cooler commentary for your sports needs. We are here, and the time is 10:06.
How does it feel, motherfucker?
Not good. Not
Akaash
good.
is 6 minutes late. We have a nice little soundtrack
you
for him.
Hey,
JoJo
there we
is
go.
bumping on the cell phone. I think we should play it again so he can hear it come through.
I heard it.
Akaash.
You got him in the penalty box.
Yeah, I put myself in the penalty box.
Oh, you dropped the seat?
Yeah, 6 minutes
Oh,
late, 6
fuck.
minutes in the box.
Let me get some. Pass me them tissues right there,
How
son.
did you get enjoying this so
fucking
much?
good.
Man, fucking A.
God
man.
That got you some of your happiness. You enjoying
Dude,
this
got
too
too
much.
excited.
No. So Akaash was late. I just want to clarify that to everybody. Akaash is late.
I was actually the
Akaash
first
is
one here.
late. You know what? Is that true?
This is true.
You got here before them?
Nah, after. I'm talking about between you guys.
Oh, okay.
But I was here. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Damn, Akaash.
It feels good. It feels good to be in this chair before you motherfuckers.
Well, guys, we are here. How are you guys doing?
I'm chilling, dog.
Feel good. Feel good. I feel refreshed.
You feeling fresh? You feel
Yeah.
fine?
Yeah, Vegas
We
is
don't
fun.
have to harp on your lateness much more,
I'll
Akaash.
sit in the box.
No, you can sit in the box.
Yeah.
You're going to take your penalty.
Yeah.
See how I'm not judgy? I'm just like, hey, man.
You
things-
incredibly
things
judgy. I'm gonna be
happen.
honest with you. You incredibly
All
smug.
I'm saying is things happen, bro. I get it, yo. Sometimes, especially if there's, work and
You wouldn't be so
the
judgy if
traffic
this
is
feeling
very
wasn't so
clear.
new for you.
I'll be honest. I was shocked when I walked in here. You were
Listen,
sitting down
it's not
already.
like it's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Nobody's working downtown. The streets
Yeah.
are clear. Nobody's outside. It's okay. I understand. People
Yeah.
That's false. It's a street fair.
He did notify us to the street fair.
Yeah,
though.
no,
Alex
and I
notified you to the
immediately
street
said
fair.
fuck.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I was on my way out.
Nah, things happen though.
Can't believe it.
Kaz was so excited when I walked in the room, bro. He looked like a puppy. I walk in the room, he just looked at me like, say
So
it,
this is
say
the
it.
first time I'm on time and you're actually acknowledging it. Like I'm before.
Oh,
you guys,
shut
so.
the fuck up. Shut the
First of all-
absolute
Is it not?
fuck up.
Is it
First of
not?
You
all-
want to fucking
Hold on one
acknowledge it
second.
for being on
It's on the
time?
box.
Hold
It's
on one
the box, so
second.
stop.
Oh, yeah,
One
it's on the
second.
box.
1 second. We're not going to make this about your tardiness, okay, or on timeness. What is it? Punctuality.
Punctuality. is
Exactly.
the
This is
word,
about Akash's lateness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're still very late as well. Matter of fact, I think the lesson we learned here is I'm the only one that cares.
Oh my god.
I'm the only one that's on
I
time.
think I'm still in the lead.
I don't know. I think it's even now.
It's definitely not. even.
Akash had how many? One or
Well,
two?
he had the one that he boycotted his way out of.
No.
See
Don't
what I'm
turn on
saying?
me now. Don't turn on me now.
Boy,
So I don't think.
Nah, that
Don't
don't
you remember
count.
when
What
I
are
tried
we
to give
at?
y'all both one and
What
he was
we
like,
at?
no.
All right, so officially Andrew's on 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Kaz is on
Don't even count it. Go on.
No, please let me know my number.
But Akaash, myself, and Alex are at 2. And Kaz, you are at 2,
Fuck.
4, 6, 8, 9.
Oh, still at 9. You haven't been late since we shamed you.
Not double digits. man.
Got him. It
Yeah.
works.
As long as I stay with double digits, I'm good. Get a single,
Guys,
single.
so big news. I'm going to have to get asshole surgery.
Oh.
Wait, what? For the hemorrhoid?
Son, I
You're
have
jamming too much stuff up
a
there.
fucking blueberry hanging out of my asshole. I look like a cotton-tailed bunny rabbit walking around. Dude, you don't even realize how awful this weekend has been. We were in Columbus, Ohio. I almost went to the hospital Saturday.
Oh my God! You didn't even get to enjoy the chicken tenders.
No, I did enjoy the fuck out of them. That's
Okay.
why I was in the
That's probably
hospital.
why you got the asshole. You know?
Son, it was,
You enjoyed him too much.
dude, and it is awful, even right now. Okay, so there's a girl I'm talking to, right? Her father happens to be a doctor. This is how awful this is.
Buddy, welcome to the fucking life of
him.
an Indian
Got
dog.
him.
You don't even need
Got
no
him.
insurance no more.
Got him.
That's huge. Oh, it's life changing.
Now, it is life-changing, right? Unless you have a hemorrhoid hanging out of your asshole.
But she knows, so whatever.
First of all, no, she doesn't. Okay. I had to break this information to her
Oh my
that I
God.
have a hemorrhoid, right? And then I've never spoken to her father at all. We've had zero communication whatsoever. None at all. The first that her father finds out about me,
Oh my
right,
God.
is when she asks him for prescription hemorrhoid medication. Right? No. It's thank you so much. I
Yeah, I
appreciate
was about
that.
to say, like, that. There's no way you're sitting
That's why I've been on the
comfortably right
pillows for so okay.
Oh
so
my gosh.
prescription hemorrhoid medication.
How do hemorrhoids even happen? Okay,
We're gonna get into all that because I've done a lot of research.
I want to know.
First of all, do you know how awful this weekend in Columbus has been? Every time we would go and sit at a restaurant, I would have to ask the restaurant if they had a pillow. Akaash.
I thought you were going to have to ask for permission of your black friend. to
No.
sit at the restaurant.
I mean, obviously. Yo, we did some wild shit, bro. We ate at this German restaurant on Saturday.
Oh, gosh.
On Memorial Day weekend. There's fucking
Oh.
German flags flying all around, like the troops,
Sure, that
wanted.
was
Anyway, yeah. So I'm asking for fucking because I cannot sit on wood. When you
Yeah.
sit on wood, it just separates your butt cheeks, and then your asshole starts to fall out of your asshole even more than it was already doing. This is what a hemorrhoid did. It's just a part of your asshole has fallen out of your asshole. It's like a vein.
How did it happen?
I think it's from like
Jamming too many things in there?
No, it's the opposite. It's pushing too many things out.
So
Yeah,
you're-
jamming things in is I do that. This is a lot. No, y'all want to know the real shit? This is a lot. There's a thing in my asshole right now.
What, you mean like a pen cap? What are you
No,
talking about?
I mean real talk. It's the exact same size as a pen cap. It's a suppository.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like a pen cap, and I have to slowly push it up my asshole. And your asshole does a weird thing. Once you get like a certain amount in, it accepts it like an alien spaceship. You know, like remember in Independence Day when like once you got into the zone, the mothership was like, okay, you may come in now, right? So literally for the last few days, I've been taking the bunny tail and pushing it. Okay, so here's my butthole, right? I have a picture. Maybe we'll show it on the Patreon. I do not want to show you guys this right now.
Wait,
So-
you took a picture of your butthole?
Say what?
What? You took a picture of your butthole?
Yeah, because I need to see it. Because if it looks like really bad, they just got to chop it off, and like it's a whole thing, right?
This is taking analysis by assholes, so entirely.
Analysis of assholes.
What's up, asshole? Water cooler commentary for your sports team. Yeah. So here's your asshole, right?
Okay.
Here's the hemorrhoid. It's just sticking out of my asshole. Okay,
So like
So-
when you poop, does it like split?
fam. It's like You want to know what it really is like? It's like a teapot.
It's like Moses splitting.
No. You know what it looks like for real? This is what it looks like for real. You know, like those trains that chugga 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 choo choo. You know how they have that like chimney part, and the top just goes choo choo.
Yeah, it's a
Like-
teapot.
Yeah, the teapot shit, right? So that's my
You feel the
asshole.
steam building before shit?
No, but it bends it. It's like curvy. Like when you when you make like when like girls curl their hair.
Yeah.
You know, they bend. Anyway, we don't have to get into it.
It's like Moses like standing in the river and just.
No,
splits
it's
the
not
poop.
parting it.
It's not parting. The
No,
poop.
it is
just
not.
Curves the poop.
No, yeah, it's more curvy.
Ew.
It's awful. But that being said,
Does it make wiping harder?
yeah, a little bit and
Okay.
easier because it just doesn't go everywhere. It kind of just closes it off. I almost don't need a wipe.
You still need a wipe.
I do, but it's just like
Maybe
it's
you
like,
keep the hemorrhoid. You know what I mean? Maybe there's advantages to
Maybe
having
hemorrhoids. Listen, man, hemorrhoids have gotten a bad rap. You gotta look on the bright side of this shit.
Sons, this was. I mean,
right side of the
Tuesday,
shit. That's funny.
awful.
Right side of this shit.
It's awful, bro. It's like I couldn't do anything. What, Alex? Say it.
When you sat on styrofoam
Oh yeah.
container, they didn't have a pillow at
When
the
we were at the German restaurant,
so he
brutal
got styrofoam containers, like to-go containers. And he sat. So the
Like a cookout plate, like a to-go plate?
Yeah, the noise that it made, it was just like crunch.
I got two, one for each cheek, and
How
I
do you
just
perform
positioned.
like that?
Sorry.
Everything is fine.
No, and by the end of the set, you know, like it starts to really kind of expose itself. So what I do is I push it back in. I push my asshole back up in my asshole, right? There's that blueberry thing. I push it back in. When it's in, it feels good.
Put the blueberry back in the parfait.
Oh wow!
Can't have it leaking out.
Oh god,
Son, so I have to periodically put it back in. So what I would do is right before I would go on stage, literally minutes before I would go on stage, I push it back in. Now, a thing I learned from having hemorrhoids, Akaash, is all the different times in your life you clench your butt cheeks. I thought you clench your butt cheeks to take poops, to take farts,
And to hold poops.
or to hold poops, hold
poops,
farts,
yeah.
right?
shut the back door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Bending down to pick things up,
It all hurts.
laughing. It not even hurts. It's just like Alex would say a funny joke and be like, "Ha," and then boop, I just feel, I just feel it pop right out my ass.
Little
Like,
blueberry got loose.
yeah, little blueberry, little bobbling blueberry. I really got a bobble booty. I literally just got a little bobble booty.
So wait. So what's
Yo,
the
this guy's
solution?
been laughing at me.
Do they cut off?
Dude, he loves it.
This is the funniest.
This is the best thing that happened to the
he
podcast
loves
in a
it.
long time.
Son, let me tell y'all something.
Actual asshole content. I think this is
Yo,
this is gonna take the
on
show to
brand,
the next
fam.
level. Yeah, I was
It's
like,
on
yo,
brand.
I would have
Hey,
usually
Flagrant
laughed.
Media, let's get a hemorrhoid cream
Real
sponsor.
talk. Real talk. It's
Badass,
Preparation
yo.
H.
Listen,
And I've been talking, and I've been calling it prep. Right?
Yeah.
This is where it gets real bad. I was like, yeah, I'm on that prep. Right? Do you know what prep is? It's a
That's
fucking
for
drug for
HIV.
AIDS.
Yeah.
It's the AIDS prevention drug. So I'm walking around like, yeah, I gotta take that prep again, bro.
my
It has
God.
been.
Yo, this is the most elaborate story for somebody trying to come out the closet.
Let me tell you, that blueberry's out the closet.
Son, if you like ass play, man, just let us know. It's fine, man.
I get it, bro.
It's just-
So do they cut off the blueberry or do they shove it back in?
No, they cut it off. They cauterize it, and they rubber band it. So that it's like really, like prehistoric the way the surgery's done. I was like, how do you
So
get rid of
they
it?
just kind of twist it
They
off.
twist
like a
it
quarter-
right off, dog.
When is the surgery
Like a grape?
scheduled?
Like a piece of challah bread.
I don't want to laugh at you
He's probably
because
Jewish, so it's gonna be no problem for him.
Son, we're in Columbus, right? We're going to get some food, right? And there's this
Jewish doctors
Uber
be
driver.
cutting off tips, huh?
Oh hell yeah,
That's what
that's
they
their
be
thing.
doing.
Yeah, a little bris. Circumcise my
asshole
butthole,
bris.
please.
Yeah.
So we're going down, and I think I'm gonna fuck. I like fuck with Uber drivers and shit like that. So like, there's this African dude, right? And I'm trying to fuck with him. I was like, yeah, man. So what do you think about hemorrhoids, right? He like takes a bit. He goes, and he's like, in my country, 50% of people have hemorrhoids. I'm like, what? Alex, how long did he talk about hemorrhoids?
Son, at least 20 minutes.
Straight. I didn't interrupt him. Nothing.
Bro,
Bro,
20-minute Uber ride is an eternity, by the way.
fam, 20 minutes on hemorrhoids. The dude who's been there, he was talking about like what you do. Yeah, he's like, at one point, this was the illest shit. This was like the most like third world reaction to it. I was like, so what do you do? How do you remedy? And he starts with like, there is a leaf, and we take the leaf and we make the drink, and I was like, what if that doesn't work? He goes, ignore.
Oh God.
Right? Did he say? I block it out.
Now I'm scared. I'm like, am I gonna get hemorrhoids
Fam.
today? Like, what? Do you know what
I
part of
heard
Africa
sitting
he's
on the
from?
toilet too long.
And I'd be chilling on a fucking
Son, yeah.
toilet,
You
B.
can't chill on the toilet, dog.
Oh, that's my office. I'm scared
That-
now.
So
I have to get my best thinking done.
So it's a sacrifice.
I gotta get a bidet, man.
Oh yeah, Alex got a bidet. He's all about it.
Still don't sit on it too long, but a bidet, bro.
Yo, I'm
about
there
the
for like
bidet.
an hour, son.
I be looking at like $200 joints. I'm telling you, heated seats. I look at this shit like it's a new car I'm ready to get.
Son, it's life changing, son. You gotta get that. I'd be like,
oh my god,
the speed bag.
I for sure get Oh, so what? Like, there's like different speeds to the booty hole?
No, he's saying my blueberry
it's like
the bidet's just gonna beat it like a speed bag, bro. I really got a click. Like, I bet gay dudes would love me because now I got a real dude pussy, like an ass pussy. I got a real ass pussy.
You got that Mauricia.
I got that Marisa. I really do got an ass pussy, bro. Y'all want to see a picture of it? It's wild.
I'll look at it.
I want to see it.
Absolutely. Everybody else gonna look at it.
Yeah, definitely. Can we put this on a Patreon?
Maybe, all right, maybe we put it's so repulsive when I show you that. Bro, when I look at it, I took it because I was going to show it to my shorty, right? And I was like, because I was going to give it to my shorty to give to her dad to see if I got like the bad one, right? And I took like 4 pictures of it.
Hey, real talk, man.
So,
this might have been what
1,
Dr.
2,
Visit
3,
worthy.
4, 5, 6. No, I know.
You got insurance too, is the thing. So you really just being stingy.
Yeah, I'm lazy. No, it's not stingy. I'm lazy. I'll pay for it. But I paid $384 for the fucking the what's it called cream? No, the suppositories. Right? That he had to put under her name, so we went to CVS and she had to get hemorrhoid suppositories.
Why put it in her name?
Because you can't prescribe anything to someone who's not your
patient.
Client. Yeah, whatever.
Did you say I'm your patient? That's weird. Anyway, go ahead.
Whatever. It's just funnier to like go up there.
Yeah.
Where she's getting like hemorrhoid cream, and I just sit in the back like, yeah, that's what I do. That's my work. But okay. Oh, dude. It is.
Oh, come on, man. I'm already want to throw up. I haven't even looked at it yet.
All right, ready?
Kaz, you gonna look at it
Should
first.
I put it on camera? Or
No.
I got a strong stomach. I'll look at it.
All right, ready?
Oh my god! I take it back. Oh,
it's that bad. This is so funny. Wait, what is it?
I didn't know you fucking voice, yo.
Yo, son.
So you mad?
Yo, son.
I can stand it.
So look,
I caught a glimpse already.
All right, ready? So
How
check.
your ass that hairy is
Look,
also
I've seen much worse porn.
Belly button.
Yo, son, it looks like an Audi belly
like
button.
an Audi.
Yo, but so here's the crazy thing. You see it, right? Real quick, one more time look. Right? Y'all seen it? All right. So look, ready? So this is the crazy thing. You know what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Y'all know what it looks like, right? My asshole's below it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you
It's
mean?
hiding my asshole.
That's what I'm saying. It's plugging.
You can't see my asshole.
Wait, so is that it tucked in or tucked out?
No, that's all out,
Oh, that's
bro.
out. Oh,
That's
that's
the
out,
hair
dog.
down.
It's like Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yo,
You
son.
gotta push the rock over to get through.
Son. Can I tell you?
Yo,
What
the
this is?
visual on that is perfect.
Son,
Oh my god!
can I tell you what this is karma for? And I told Alex this in Columbus, but this is what this is karma for. We were taping Brilliant Idiots the other day. I'm at Starbucks, right? And this guy that working at Starbucks, right? He's going to give this chick an order, right?
Yeah.
And he goes up and he goes, Shannon, right? And I go, right? And all of a sudden he just looks at me and goes, what? What was it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
I'm looking at him like, oh, I thought we were partying, man. I thought we were at the club, son. I didn't know that she was struggling. And why didn't they make you the name, dude? If you're out here like Shannon, pass that responsibility to the next person. You got to be on the getting the sriracha out of the back. You got to be on the
You
getting
can't be the one.
the egg white.
You can't
know,
be the guy screaming the names out.
You got to be the egg white guy. You can't be the Fred.
That's just bad management. That's just bad coaching. Like you're putting somebody
I
in the
thought
wrong.
it was a party, bro. I'm ready to do Brilliant Idiots. My man said, Shannon. I didn't miss a beat.
Yo, don't scream too hard, bro. It's gonna,
Yeah, you right.
she gonna fall right out.
So when is this surgery?
I have to book the surgery, but basically the situation was
what kind of doctor you go to?
proctologist. Yeah.
Proctologist.
Yo, so we were gonna go to the hospital and get the surgery in Ohio.
Son, it was bad.
and
it was really bad.
we were gonna film it and put it in, drop it in.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't
We should have called that episode "Dropping Out."
drop it out?
So yeah, I gotta, and it's not like super invasive. They literally just wrap a rubber band around it, and then
Just pop it like a cherry tomato.
yeah, literally like how they used to take off legs in the Civil War.
On Memorial Day.
So, real talk. Akaash, this is bad, bro. Akaash and I lived together. Like I took a lot of poops effortlessly.
Yeah.
This
That's
one-
his thing. It's like his point of pride.
It was, but now it's changed. I don't even know who I am anymore.
Yo, real talk, dog.
I don't even know who I am anymore. Akaash, I don't even know who I am anymore, bro. Yes, sir.
So are there certain foods you just can't eat now because you have that hemorrhoid?
I haven't been avoiding any. I ate a burger called the Terminator while I was in Columbus, so I haven't been really restricting my diet in any way, shape, or form. Pretty much everything,
Sounds like some hot shit.
son. It was a lot.
Nick-
Named after Thurman Thomas? What's up?
I was thinking of thermometer.
No, it's the Thurman's Cafe is the name of the spec.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, we don't have to.
Speaking of buttholes getting tight, the finals are set.
Oh boy!
Your butthole's getting tight. What happened to Giannis?
Hey, Giannis.
Oh boy!
Oh,
boy!
man.
Turn the water off, huh?
You called it. That faucet was turned the fuck off on Giannis, bro.
That wasn't how Andrew said he would handle Giannis. He just put Kawhi on him.
It's amazing what he can do, man.
Yeah,
It's amazing what he can do.
He's the best two-way player I've probably seen since Pippen. You know, just somebody who can get a bucket and just as easily lock down and score. And
He might be the best since Jordan. Jordan was a two-way player, bro.
he's Jordan. I mean, listen, fucking who said it? Was it Kendrick Perkins? Mm-hmm. That was the first. He was the first guy to go on national TV. But it was like, yo, he reminds me of like 96, 97 Jordan. Where like he's just mad methodical and deliberate,
Right.
and you know what he's gonna do, and you
Right.
can't stop it, and then he locks down your best player, and he's on a
unbelievable.
Jordan-like run right now. And just because he wears New Balances and has straight back braids, like it's not the most marketable thing, but like watching the game, like that's what you get. Like that's
You can
how
market greatness.
that's what he looks like.
They'll
out
figure
there.
it out.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Raptors Warriors. How do you match up defensively?
Am I crazy for thinking they match up better if KD's in the game?
Go. Well, let's assume Katie's not for the first two. And then give us the KD matchup.
So
but
I think you got to say put Kawhi on Klay because Steph is too quick for him probably.
that's you. Go.
But Klay also, Kawhi doesn't really guard the runaround guy. He guards the guy with the ball.
Great point. Do you want to have Kawhi wasting his energy chasing Klay around?
I don't. Not
But go
Klay
on,
or
go.
Steph.
Then I want to hear your lineup. Go on.
So I don't know. Maybe you can try Kawhi on Steph and see how it goes. But I want to say they tried it a couple years ago in San Antonio and it didn't work the best.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't necessarily know. You might even just like at that point throw bodies at Klay, try to have Lowry hold Steph as much as he can, and then Kawhi save your energy for offense.
Okay.
That's without him. Without KD, I don't know where to put Kawhi as easily.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about you, Kaz? What are you thinking?
I think it's a little different. I think I think the Raptors have been fortunate to go through their entire playoffs without having to play it against like an elite backcourt. Like, they ran through the Magic, ran through the Sixers, they're not an elite backcourt, and the Bucks, right?
Yep.
You don't want to waste energy on Kawhi fucking chasing Steph or Klay around. So I just think you put Siakam and pray
Siakam
for the
on
best
Klay,
with Kyle Lowry and maybe Fred
Van Fleet.
Fred Van Fleet
Yes,
on
yeah,
Steph
yeah.
and pray for the best. And you hope that they have a plan to try and stop Kawhi,
Right.
and just go for it, because I don't think you don't want to waste that energy unless like you're down 2-0 and like that's like
Right.
what just happened with the Bucks. Like unless you're down 2-0, you have no other choice but you got to stop this guy. Then you probably put Kawhi on Steph. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like the way they match up with the Warriors.
What about this? This is a little bit counterintuitive, but they kind of did with the Bucks a bit. Okay. What about Siakam on Steph? I think length bothers Steph,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
and Siakam is athletic. Steph's going to get by him, but he's also going to get by Lowry.
Yeah.
So at least when he does those step backs, you have
Besides
legit
that reach. Yeah.
right. So you go Siakam on Steph, right? You have Klay. Unfortunately, sorry,
Lowry.
No, Lowry. This is where it gets interesting. You go Kawhi on Klay, and I might switch that in a second. Mark on Draymond. That's a wash. I go Kyle on Iggy because Iggy don't want to shoot.
Yeah.
And Kyle's actually sturdy. Kyle could hold.
Strong guy.
He could hold up Iggy. The issue is this: Klay gonna shoot right over Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not even going to see Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's going to be right there, and the shot is already, Klay's automatic. You need to have some height to disrupt. I think we're missing one more.
Well, the reason why I like that is because we got.
Wait, what other player am I thinking?
I'm thinking of.
But Bogut is in there? Who else is in there?
Not Bogut.
No.
Marcus Gasol.
No, they got the young boy that's
Kevon
Looney?
Looney.
Looney, I think, starts.
Kevon Looney, yeah.
He starts with them?
I believe
He
so.
started the last couple of games. Yeah.
Okay. So then you could do, if you're starting Danny Green's been sucking it up, so I wouldn't even put him on there.
Yeah.
But there's also a world where I put Kawhi on Steph. Because I just think he alters the game. He's got one length, too. But I think he just alters the game in so many ways that you want to have him attacking your best defensive player.
Do you think Steph is a harder guard than Giannis is?
Yeah.
For Kawhi, yeah.
Okay.
For anybody.
Okay.
Well, if you're like a little guy guarding Giannis is impossible. But what did you guys see what Kawhi would do to Giannis? This is what I thought was so fascinating about it is he would stand him up at 18 feet. Right? Like most guys, Kawhi will get some Kawhi gets off, like for Jason Tatum, the reason why Jason Tatum just got housed, right, is let's say here's Tatum and here's Kawhi, right? Kawhi gets the downhill steam going, and Jason Tatum knows he's not strong enough to stop the momentum, right? So he chooses a direction, right? He goes, okay, I'm going to assume he's going to do a little hezzy or something like that and then go by, so I'm going to overplay right. And then Giannis goes, okay, Euro, layup. And Kawhi would just go, give me what you got. I'm standing you up wherever the fuck you are. Serge a little bit too. Serge could meet that motherfucker at the rim.
That's the guy we were forgetting about, Serge Ibaka.
But he's coming off.
He's coming off the bench.
I think he's coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So it's like now you don't have that like freak athletic situation. You have freak shot maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were giving Giannis a stop and pop 18 and 15 footer all series, and he couldn't take
consistently hit it.
He would never take it. Anytime he would drive in, he would try and Euro and get stood up, like you said. He would either try to pass off and hit a shooter, and when there was no shooter there, he would throw up some bullshit.
Right. And they threw the doubles at him too, right? Mark would come over and double because you didn't have to worry. But I'm just so excited, man, because like as long as KD's not in, I think Raptors are winning this.
You think so?
I think Raptors in 6.
Get out of it.
They got home court advantage, bro.
Think about it. Also, Raptors got home court advantage, right? Which, obviously you're playing the Warriors. Don't get me wrong, but Raptors have an amazing fan base. You started off at home, especially they got a couple guys that need a little boost. Kyle needs a boost, and go.
I thought when they got Kawhi, I picked them to go to the finals, and I thought they could take out Golden State. And I've always been saying Golden State's not going to win it.
Yeah,
I have to stick with that, but I am nervous about Lowry in the finals.
Yeah,
and I also worry that Golden State could be like, all right, we're going to come in game 1. Yeah, we're going to stomp on your fucking heart. Right. And we're going to take your little home court and let's see what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
And that could, with someone, I worry about the fragility of the Raptors. Even though Lowry's had a good playoffs. Yeah. I just worry still.
So the question is, who are like the fragile players on the? I think this Fred VanVleet is a.
He's been lights out since he had a kid, though.
Not only lights
I don't
out.
Question the kid. Once you have a kid, I feel like you got at least a month of fire in you.
Yeah, of course. It's like I got to do it, and also you realize there's things way bigger than this. Why am I worried so much about this?
Anymore.
The kid didn't sleep last night, right? And also everybody's like, I can't sleep. I'm so nervous. He's like, no, there's a crying baby. Like that's why I can't sleep. You guys have champagne problems, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think you worry about Fred. Obviously, Kawhi is locked the fuck in. I think. I think like the African players, to be honest, like this is just fun compared to what they've experienced. I really mean that. Yeah. Like they've experienced real life. You know what I mean? Like yes, Lowry's from North Philly and he's probably seen some like little, violent stuff or whatever like this, but he's never seen
child soldiers.
Yeah. The Congo? You're coming from the Congo? Right. So it's like this is fun.
Yeah. It's a game.
It's a game. At the end of the day, it's truly a game, right? And then Marcus Gasol, I don't know, like the Euros, it's like they're not going to go They're not gonna go wild and give you 40.
Yeah.
But I also don't see them stinking it up. They're like socialists. They're they're gonna be middle of the road, right?
I could see. I still got the Warriors taking this, but I can see the Raptors being a type of team that could slow down the Warriors enough to make it go 6 or 7. And once it goes 6 or 7, it's anybody's
game over there.
They
Like, if it
definitely
goes-
have a shot, and I'm going to stick with the Raptors. But here's what I would say why I think it might be easier if KD's in the game.
Go.
Because then you put Kawhi on KD.
Yes.
That's a matchup that Kawhi is much better suited for.
Right.
But the offense still runs through KD.
Right.
And when you got your best defender who's a good
point.
matchup for the guy the offense runs through,
Really good point.
I almost think, and KD doesn't know how to operate without, when he's
Good
not
point.
getting the ball,
He's
KD's not
he doesn't
Steph.
move
He's
without
not
the
swallowing
ball.
his ego.
Yeah,
He's He's not like, okay, I'll just help any way I can. He's not that guy.
That's a really good
so
point.
I almost think it's,
You want KD to come
I
back.
almost want KD to come back as quickly as possible.
Wow, that's right. Because Steph, you got to run around and chase him. If he's not killing you off the ball, he's going to run around screens. There's so many different ways he can hurt you. KD is not going to run down to the baseline, run around 4 screens, come around, pick and pop. He's like, give me the ball and
Yeah.
the fucking block.
Yeah.
I'll get mine.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna make my bold prediction right now.
Go.
Draymond Green's gonna be the Finals MVP. He's gonna be the Finals MVP.
So if they win,
if they win,
it's a year Draymond that makes this game.
yeah.
Because, and again, I don't think they'll keep Kyle on.
Iggy?
I don't think they'll keep. No, sorry, I don't think they'll keep Kyle on Steph.
Steph.
Okay. Yeah. No. I don't
Probably for
think
the
so.
best.
Yeah. I mean, and mind you,
And for the best for Kyle, right? Like,
Yeah.
you
You
Kyle's
don't
not
need
like,
that.
you know, he's a little
fleet of foot, but
sensitive.
He's a solid defender. Like he's
No,
not like
he's
he's
a
not
tough
matador,
guy.
But
He's a
like,
tough guy.
yeah.
But what you want from Kyle is uber confidence, right?
Yeah.
I want you to feel as confident as you possibly can, so that you can play this position, which is really important on the team. You're a
Yeah.
disruptor, you're a pest, and you get guys involved. And
Yeah.
every once in a while, you hit a backbreaking 3 or finish at the rim.
Yep.
Is he going to be able to do that when Steph is lighting him up for 30 a game? No, right?
But it's the thing.
I
It's
don't think
also the
so.
finals. That has still been remains like as much as Steph has been killing throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
The only knock everybody's had on
No,
Steph
last
is
year
like,
finals he
has
played great.
Last year he did play well.
Excellent.
He could have had MVP. If he got MVP last year, nobody has a problem with
Exactly. He played excellent. But I'm saying with this, there's a little bit more pressure.
Right.
With no KD,
Right.
no Boogie. You got Kawhi Leonard, who has been like the Warriors' killer.
Right.
Even in San Antonio
But
and
once
even
you
in
beat
Toronto.
Braun, you're not worried about
You're not
Kawhi.
worried?
I don't think you. Now, I
But
think
Kawhi
you
beat
should
Braun
be.
too.
Yeah, no. I think you should be. But in terms of like beating down a boogeyman,
Yeah.
he's done it before, right?
Kawhi's a different type of boogeyman, though. He's a different type of boogeyman.
He's
he is a
the
guy,
boogeyman that nobody knows is the boogeyman.
He's the guy who, like, when LeBron gets it going,
Yeah,
like it's palpable. You feel it. Like
Yeah,
he's a passionate dude.
yeah.
When Kawhi gets it going, you don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking He's just a fucking Terminator
Yeah.
robot with no emotion. He doesn't know when he's up, when he's down. He doesn't give a fuck. He's going to get his.
If they
and
wa-
he's going to lock down your best player. These are things that will happen.
If they make it to 6, even if they lose, there's no way Kawhi leaves, right? I mean, if they get swept, he might leave.
I think he stays no matter what.
Even if they get swept.
Even if they get swept.
Wow.
I think he stays no matter what. I think getting swept, definitely you have to engage in some talks. But if it's competitive and you know KD's leaving and you know that Warriors team is in some way being blown up, you don't want that again?
Well, if they sweep you without KD.
Then exactly, yeah. So if they sweep without KD, I think there's a better reason for him to leave. But if they get a game or two, right, and it's close, and maybe they lose a couple close ones,
Right.
I think it's like, now we got this.
Yeah.
Maybe we get a nice little pickup. Clearly, the Raptors organization can get a lot of juice out of the fruit. Like you get a guy like Siakam that nobody knew was going to end up being like a contributing player.
Yeah, they develop players, man.
Yeah,
Fellow
and shout out to
players.
that GM, man. Like he made, like every like roster move that they've made in the past
Smart
like
move.
7
Beast.
months
Smart moves.
have been great moves. And
Under the radar, very good GM.
extremely
Absolutely.
good GM. And
Absolutely.
on top of that, with him, I think it's like a Paul George situation all over again. They rolled the dice on the guy with the 1 year on his contract. They're
Right.
like, hey, this is better than the Paul George situation because he went to the finals.
Right.
So now it's like
Because he's better than Paul George. That's why
that too.
I
Yeah.
understood this was a risk. But to me, when they got Kawhi, it's a risk you have to take.
Yeah.
And then picking them to make it to the finals, I'm going to take credit because I'm me. But it's not like some bold prediction. You had DeMar DeRozan. He's good.
Yeah.
He got you to the conference finals. But
Yeah.
now you have a fucking dominant defensive player and a really good offensive player.
I'll say he's a
Finals is
dominant
the
offensive player too.
Now he's a dominant
You
offensive, I
had-
think.
Yeah.
I think we had with DeRozan an overrated player, and now we have with Kawhi an underrated player.
Yeah.
And sometimes those ratings are what equate to a really interesting trade. Like when you know the value of another player and you know no one else
It
values
was
it.
the perfect storm.
It's real estate.
It was perfect storm because he's coming off an injury. He sat down the whole Spurs
Furious
shit.
in organization.
There was people in the
Yeah.
media chirping about Kawhi Leonard about being a fucking distraction of all fucking guys, right? So his value was like at an all-time low, and they still got an all-star player out of it.
Yep.
And now everybody's looking at it like, yeah, why did we trade for Kawhi Leonard? Well, duh, he's showing you why.
So here's the question I think we need to start asking ourselves, which is who are the top 3 players in the NBA right now?
Right now,
And
I
is
think it's a
Kawhi in
three-horse.
that?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Let's have the conversation. Is Kawhi the best player in the NBA?
You have to give him number 1 right now. Him or Steph right
this
now
very
at this moment.
Right this very second, yes, he's the best player in the NBA. Right
I
this
mean,
very
like,
second.
let's
Yeah.
really talk
Yeah.
about it. Like,
there's nothing on the basketball court that he cannot do.
maybe he's not an elite passer, not a bad passer, but not elite court vision like
He's
a
a-
LeBron.
but
he's a
he's
better
got-
defender.
Yeah.
he's a better scorer in terms of moves. LeBron doesn't have many moves. He has a nice little kind of like
Yeah.
step to the side mid range. He has a
Kawhi has
powerful
a
move.
fucking in and out between the legs dribble that just
Boom, boom.
shifts
Boom,
the
boom.
entire defense, kind of like James Harden does, but without the traveling.
and less dribbles.
And less
he
dribbles,
does what James
because
does
he knows
in
where
a
he's
fraction
going.
of the dribbles.
And
That's
you
it.
can't stop him because he's so fucking strong and his hands are so big. You're not going to even try and swipe at
There's
it.
so
because
little
you're not gonna
grace
grab
to
it.
his offensive game that you don't realize how good he is.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, it is. There is an effortlessness and a like an economy.
Yes,
Yeah.
economy is the perfect word.
If you
Yeah,
ever
it's like a
watch-
joke that has
Yeah.
no fat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly. Like if you ever watch like an elite basketball, any basketball player, like
Yeah.
practice by himself in the gym with like cones and chairs
Yeah.
and like dribble and all that shit. That's exactly how he plays with defenders.
With
like when the
defenders.
game is on. Like
Interesting.
He'll
Yeah,
go
he'll get
and-
his fade.
He gets the
It's
shots that
methodical,
he
yeah.
wants. You know what I'm saying? So like he'll get his little elbow jumper. If he's going between the legs, if you shift, he'll hit a 3 in your face. If you come up, he'll go past you. Like he takes exactly what you give him.
So Kawhi's top 3, we're saying
Absolutely.
I think it's undisputable.
maybe
Absolutely.
top 2.
Yeah.
We say.
yeah.
And I
So
think it's
what does the NBA do, right, when your top 2 player, potentially your number 1 player,
Mm-hmm.
is not the most marketable? What do you do
I think-
you guys are Adam Silver,
Yeah.
right? What is that strategy? Do you lean into his lack of marketability and like call him an assassin, like a stone cold, ice cold assassin, like lean into the lack of emotion, or are you going to try to make this person someone who he's not so he can carry the league?
I think it's too
Can't
late.
do that.
It's too late for that. It's too late to try and make him anything that he is. He wears New Balances.
Right.
He has fucking Times New Roman behind it on the font on his sneakers. He's the most basic motherfucker we've ever had that has been this good in the NBA. And I think you lean into the fact that he's just a guy.
Kawhi's New Roman. That's his nickname.
Kawhi's new Roman.
That's his nickname. That's
You
his
lean
nickname.
into the fact that
He
he's
is
just
Times New
a
Roman.
dude.
He is the Times
He's
New Roman
Times
of
New
people.
Roman. That shit is regular to look at, but you need it.
Yeah, and
It's
honestly,
the dominant font.
It's yes, fact. It's the dominant font he is the Times New Roman of the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with him, it's kind of like how we had it with Steph a few years ago before he got like almost annoyingly confident.
Right.
When everyone just thinks he's arrogant at the same time. Like
Yeah.
he's a low maintenance superstar.
Yeah.
He's got an ego. You assume every guy that good has some sort of an ego, but you'll never see it.
Yeah.
You'll never show it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know, it's good because you have the balance of guys like LeBron, of guys like KD,
Yeah, you have
of guys like-
enough stars, and you can almost market him as like the anti-ego
Yeah.
guy. Like the trade demand is where it gets a little fucked up. And I would still love to know the real reason,
Why?
like the actual reason
You see,
he
actually,
wanted out San Antonio.
that makes me respect Kawhi more because you know some shit must have went down.
Oh,
for
some
him to
shit
be
went
like, yo,
down.
I feel like he's
out.
right. Like
No,
I
no.
love Pop,
100%
but I
right.
feel like
And okay, and I want to get back to. I actually want to get back to that, but there's one thing I want to say just about like the low. What is it called?
Low maintenance.
Low maintenance superstar.
Yeah.
You know who's gonna love Kawhi Leonard? Middle America.
Yep.
Middle
Yeah.
America is going to
Oh,
go,
yeah.
he doesn't do all the shoulder shit. He just goes there, he wins, just like they do. They go to their job and they do their job. Here's a guy. And I think that if Adam Silver is smart, there's a way to wrap that work ethic. He's
Yeah.
work ethic. He is go there and grind. It doesn't have
you
to.
know how it
Right, that's a
happens?
great
Youth
point. That's a
basketball.
fucking great
And
point.
you will have all these dudes that are tired of the flashy, glitzy, like on my Instagram doing all this stuff.
the semi-racist blue collar white.
I want to say it, but
Yeah.
racist
Just a
white
little
people
bit.
gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the first person with
Yeah.
cornrows that they've accepted in
He's
their
the
whole
guy.
life.
He's the guy who just shuts up
It's an
and
effective
dribbles.
way to keep your hair back.
Yeah,
He shuts up and dribbles better than anybody, and he might win an NBA title for it. So
Oh
fuck.
my god!
If
So
I'm
then
a
he has
youth-
to be careful, right? They have to be careful that they don't throw him under the bus,
Yeah.
Right.
or to the back of it. but there is something beautiful about it because you're gonna have a lot of like basketball
Purists,
purists.
yeah, youth basketball coaches. If
Youth-
I'm a youth basketball coach or AAU or high school, I'm like,
Dads.
watch this fucking guy.
Dads
Just like
are gonna
how-
fucking granddads, dads.
grandfathers.
They're this is how the game is played.
Yeah, it's how it meant
This
to be
is
played. You don't need to celebrate every time you score.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this. Well, when I was growing up playing high school ball, there was all these like recruiting sites, like Rivals and like
Yeah.
highschoolhoops.net and all this type of shit. And like the top of the guys, like if you're a 6'10", whatever, they'd have like your NBA comparison, right? So everybody was either Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett. If you were 6'10" and up, because that was basically just saying you're a big guy who does more than just score.
Yeah.
Right. Kawhi Leonard's going to be that guy for a bunch of youth players because he is I forgot what they called him on ESPN. They call him the little fundamental. How Tim Duncan was the big
That's
fundamental.
great. That's
He's the
great.
little fundamental. 'Cause
Yo,
he does
how do you have
everything.
less personality than Tim Duncan? Ain't that crazy?
But Tim Duncan's even like, yo, lighten up a little bit, bro.
Ain't that crazy?
And they came from the same fucking franchise and coaching tree.
Well, that's
and
something
shit.
they look for at the Spurs. They want a guy who's able to laugh at himself, who puts the team above himself. Like
No
they,
ego.
They have like
Yeah.
personality criteria they look
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
when they draft
And
players.
thank God he got the fuck out of there. Like everybody said that his uncle was the worst thing in his camp. So he has this uncle, I think, who's from like Newark.
Yeah.
And they were like, you got to get out of here. He demands a trade, all this. And they're like, why the fuck are you listening to this guy? He might be the smartest guy in the room.
right. He's been
He
right.
really might be the smartest guy in the room, and we fucked up by assuming that he was just some like leech family member that was out here for his own personal interests. That one decision to get him out of San Antonio puts him in the NBA Finals and in the top 3 players in the world discussion.
Yeah. And you got to understand.
Do you think they make it to the NBA Finals on the Spurs if he's healthy?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I think they make it.
Im-
I think they make it. I think they make it. I think the Spurs team
I think
now.
the Rockets for them are no problem with Kawhi.
I think the Warriors are a problem just because of LaMarcus. I think he just doesn't do.
he's an ill-fitting piece in this NBA, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I never saw it coming.
You're taking tough
10 years ago,
mid-range
but-
jumpers, man.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really defend that well. You're a liability on any switch off, right?
is
Like
the
he's
one-
like
the one
Dirk
thing, yeah.
on any switch off. So
Yeah.
it's like you just attack that motherfucker,
Right.
And I think he's what holds him back. I think, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they do it. I think they're better suited. I think what's underrated is Marc Gasol's feet. Like if you watch Marc Gasol's feet for a guy his size,
nimble.
motherfucking soccer
Very
player, bro.
nimble, yeah.
It's that soccer
all those,
shit.
All those Spanish
Yeah.
European motherfuckers, bro.
They got to be able to move. Ain't no plotting, shit in soccer, right? It's
Yeah,
like
ain't no mic and
This
drills
idea of
in
sports
the Euro
specialists we
leagues.
have growing up in America where you play one sport and you get really good at, I don't think it's good.
what do you mean?
Like if they think you're going to be a baseball player, that's
Oh,
all
don't
you play.
touch nothing
Baseball
else.
all the time. Yeah, football all the time. Quarterback all the time. I think football players, and I think they're coming around on this from what I understand, but like football players should play baseball, should play soccer, should play basketball. Like all these things come in handy. Steve Nash, all we talk about is how his soccer background helped him as a basketball player. Soccer and basketball in particular. Hakeem Olajuwon, soccer player. Marc Gasol, probably soccer player. Those two, you got to play both at the same time.
Hakeem
I
had
think.
great footwork too, man.
best.
Bruh, they have the best footwork.
The best. He's still teaching.
They literally
He's still
play a sport
scamming-
where
he's still
all you do
scamming
is
kids.
work on your everything's with your feet.
Dude, Kobe even. Like, let's not sleep on the fact that Kobe spent his
In Europe.
formative years in Europe, right? Like, he
Playing
was
soccer.
picking up some shit. They even say, I mean, it's a different sport, but Vasil Lomachenko, he's a boxer. Some say he's the pound for pound best boxer in the world, and incredible, like, intense training from his father. But his father took him out of boxing for 2 years straight and just made him do ballet. He goes, your footwork wasn't good enough on some like real Ukrainian, like Russian, like Rocky type training.
Yeah.
Like, but he was basically like, it's not good enough. Do this thing that's all footwork. And if you watch him, it's majestic. His footwork is majestic.
Wow.
And it's maybe Akaash's point. It's like, yeah, we're focusing so much on keeping your fucking elbow in
Yeah.
that you can't even move around the court.
Right.
It's like, at a certain point, diversity in
Yes.
training is what's gonna. What do they say? Like you work the same muscle over and over again, it doesn't get bigger.
That's a
Like
good
or
point, yeah.
do the same exercise.
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
shit with
Muscle
exercise.
memory.
You got
What is that?
Muscle memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so. What happens? Your body just gets used to the exercise, so you're not working it anymore or something.
I think that's what P90X was for. They
Yeah.
call it muscle confusion.
Oh yeah,
So
it's just
like,
like
they would do something, just other shit that your body's not used to, because once you've done it so many times, you can't grow
It's the same.
anymore. You got to
Yeah.
do different shit with it.
yeah. Switch it up with the legs, huh? Okay, so here's an interesting hypothetical I want
So
to
you both
talk
got
to
the
you guys out.
Raptors taking this.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I want to bring this hypothetical up to you guys. This was an interesting one, right? $10 billion. Okay,
Right.
You have 3 chances to hit an NBA 3.
Okay.
Okay, if you hit one, you get $10 billion. If you miss, you do 1 year in maximum security
Dude,
prison.
this is from the ticket.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We saw this. We saw this on. I think it's actually a.
They might have gotten it from,
yeah.
but they do one segment a week where they just think up a hypothetical. As
Right.
far as I know, they thought of
yeah,
a
yeah.
few. So
This
maybe
is
they
a,
took
this is
one.
I think a popular one
Yeah,
on
but this
on
is-
the
no, I'm
on
not
the
doing it.
internet.
I'm not risking
Okay.
any amount of money for prison.
Okay,
Again,
but talk me through it. Talk me through it.
again, look at me. It's the same fucking thing as taking a punch.
Maximum
Time out.
security. That
Time
means
out.
you're secure.
No,
When you-
no,
when
no,
you-
no.
It's just lonely.
When you go to
No,
jail,
maximum
they-
security means the most guards because it's the illest motherfuckers on earth.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you just by yourself in the
No,
room.
Minimum
That's
securities,
minimum
you're
security.
Switch
chilling.
my
It's like
thought
Club
about
Med, Club Fed. Where it's just
Minimum
like
securities.
security
We don't need that much security because you're some white collar pussy.
Yeah.
That's where I belong.
Do they know?
That's my lane.
My question is, do they know that's why you went to jail? Like, what you went for, fam? Miss 3-3. Miss 3-3. They got 10 billion. What you went for? Murder. I gotta know. Like, if they don't know why I'm in there and I can just front like, yeah, man, you know, I was out here catching bodies and shit.
I look like I wasn't catching
My
nobody. I
God.
sound like I wasn't catching nobody.
Well, you know, not one at a time.
Oh, I'm gonna play the terrorist
You look
card
like a-
hard as fuck out there, dog. It's a motherfucking thing that's gonna go down, dog. Akaash Alam Alaikum.
That's gonna get you killed, man. That'll get
Oh,
you killed even
gosh.
worse.
Are we taking corner threes, straightaway threes, any type of three?
Any 3. No, it's got to be full 3. It's so the corner's not full.
Do I come in cold? Can I warm up?
No, 3 threes. You just
straight
shoot. I mean, you
three
could
threes.
shoot the day before. You could shoot whatever, but there's no warm up on that rim. You have 3 threes. Everybody at home, think about this.
NBA threes.
3 NBA threes.
No, I'm not making it. I don't think I'm making it. NBA threes?
Let me
Yo,
put this
you're
into
crazy,
context here. We're talking about $10 billion,
Whatever, dog.
bro.
Like that's a ridiculous,
Can I granny
unspendable
shot
amount
it?
of money.
What?
Can I granny shot it?
What?
You would want
You're
to
gonna
take
risk a granny shot?
Yeah.
NBA 3?
Bro, if I could
Retry.
set my feet and take forever, it's not just catch and shoot. I can literally just take as
You
long
can
as I
take
want.
3 days to do the shots if you want. Calculate the win. Do whatever the fuck you need. Okay? But listen, if you hit it, you're one of the richest people on the planet. If you don't, it's just 1 year.
And then he's
Maximum
like, yeah,
security prison. That can't be. Yo, but I mean, we have one guy who's actually been to jail here, so we should probably ask him about it.
How was jail, Alex?
It
He went to best case scenario
yeah,
jail.
I went
You
to
went to Club
best
Fed.
kid.
Yeah.
I would do it.
You would do it.
I would do it.
You would miss. I've seen you shoot before.
Son, after your little battle, you
Yeah.
know,
You want the smoke next?
I'll get winner.
God,
You know,
son. I had to teach this guy how to play golf this weekend, bro. That shit was embarrassing, bro.
Really?
Wow.
Do you really want to talk about that?
I saw you
Do
on
you
the
really wanna
Instagram
talk about
story. I
that?
saw you was looking
I had
low.
to teach this guy how to play golf, bro.
See,
really
here's the
wanna
thing,
I really had
Alex.
to teach him.
Here's the thing,
how-
Alex. I know the jig by now, so like
Yeah.
I see the Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Son,
When you
this
had the
guy
camera
can't
in
play
his
golf
face.
for shit, bro. I was teaching him how to play golf.
You see him with this bullshit right
We know.
now, right?
I just read through it. That's what I'm just like, yo, I already know
we were
what
doing
happened.
this shit where
I
you
already know
throw
what
the
happened.
ball up and then you bounce it and then you got to hit it off the bounce. This guy was falling on the ground, couldn't hit it.
Alright.
Had like 1,000
Alright.
chances.
You forget that I got the footage.
I'm about to say,
Like,
Alex,
I'ma
you
have
just
do
need
it
to start showing
100
this type of shit.
Son, he has like 100 takes of trying to hit the ball off the
So I'm gonna
bounce.
be honest with you, I was impressed by how many takes I didn't hit it. Like,
Son,
no, yo, I'm literally swinging. I did 100 takes in a row. You throw the ball up, it bounces once, and you try to hit it in the air, right? I did maybe 100 swings in a row. I'm like, I should hit by accident by now.
son,
Bro, I might
even-
need 100 takes to hit it off a tee.
Even the lady comes over and is like, hey guys, You got to stop with the trick shots, all right? The moment she walks away, this motherfucker goes and tries again.
I
Like,
could
he
not
was
hit it.
relentless.
I could not hit it, bro. Like everybody looked around me and they were like, at first it was funny, and then by like shot 50, they were like,
Sad.
fam, yo,
Leave it
Mark.
alone.
Mark was saying this at 50. He's like, bro, I think you're hitting it. It's just not going. I think it's disappearing or something. Like that was more believable that I was connecting with the ball and it was disappearing than I could miss that many
I got
times
it off
in a row.
second try. I'm a
Yeah, but he
natural.
fell the first
I'm
one.
Tiger Woods out here, baby.
Son,
I'm
this
nice.
guy.
You fucking up
fucking-
white girls. That's not gonna be a problem, bro. You are the natural.
You walked right into that one.
I did. I'll take it.
He's the weirdest
You are
golfer.
Tiger.
I'll take it. I'm Tiger.
Tiger media out here.
All right, let's take a break for a second. Pay some bills. New sponsor alert.
Uh-oh.
New partnership.
shit.
Uh-oh.
Guys, this episode is brought to you by Original Grain, the premier maker of wood and steel watches. Y'all saw these watches.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
ew,
Fire
getting
watches.
some.
Yes,
Dude,
sir.
we got a few coming in. Gorgeous watches. Unwavering commitment to authenticity, innovation, next level craftsmanship. Original Grain has some of the most unique watches you've ever seen. They got this whiskey collection, right? The only watch that's handcrafted with genuine reclaimed bourbon barrels. They got these baseball collections, so like they have a New York Yankees watch, a Boston Red Sox watch, etc. But it's made with reclaimed wood from the 1923 Yankee Stadium seats. Okay, wood seats that I have to put a cushion on because I've had hemorrhoids. Okay, they're all starting $169, free shipping worldwide, easy returns if you don't like it. Pick out a different one. I'm telling you, we got I think 4 different ones. Each of us got a
Yeah.
little different
Yeah.
situation, but
Yeah.
really gorgeous watches.
Yeah.
A nice watch.
Beautiful
Yeah.
watches.
So Original Grain is certainly the most unique gift that you can give. I
I had
mean,
trouble deciding which one to get because I liked a lot of them so
right,
much. Yeah.
right. Which was the thing about the sports one is interesting. If I was more into baseball, I would rock that. But I will say this: for some reason, baseball, I wouldn't wear a basketball watch.
Yeah, baseball seems the most.
Why is that?
reasonable.
It's like
'Cause there's
classic.
it's like
Very
very
Classic,
tradition.
old-timey, traditional
Yes.
type of shit. Yeah. I get
Yes,
that.
it's like baseball transcends the sport in a way. Like a Yankee cap is a reflection of New York.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just the game. It's not, I'm a
Right.
baseball fan. It's like
So
I'm
is
a New
Boston.
Yorker.
Yeah, like Boston is-
I'm
I am
from
a-
Boston.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
from Chicago, from White Sox. Or
So it's
Cubs.
like a cool way to like rep a city. Anyway,
and you can wear it while you actually play the sport, which probably helps.
Joe, maybe that's
It's
true.
probably another thing.
You wear
now.
jewelry while you
Yeah.
play baseball.
Absolutely.
Well, anyway, it's Father's Day. I think this is a pretty cool gift.
That's the perfect gift.
Get pops, get your husband, get somebody a nice watch so they could tell the time. You could talk about all the time that they should be spending with you, but they're out there listening to Flagrant 2 with their boys.
As it should be.
Yeah,
God
keep it
damn
tight.
it.
And as of now, a special limited time deal for our listeners. You get 25% off your order at originalgrain.com when you use the code FLAGRANT at the checkout. Some exclusions may apply, but see the website for details. Again, originalgrain.com, and be sure to use the offer code FLAGRANT at checkout to save 25% off of your order. Just go to the website, Original Grain, GRAIN. .com. Check out the watches. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you feel. Grab a watch. Feedback. We always love feedback from you guys because that's another thing that's important to us is that you guys appreciate the product.
Yeah.
Thanks.
The brands that we've continued to do sponsorships with, it's not
That's why
just
they
because
fuck
they
with
want it.
Right.
That's why they fuck with
Exactly.
us.
It's because y'all fuck with it. If
The asshole army will use the
Boom.
shit and will tell people about using the shit, and then they're like, "Oh my god, this is great. We should keep fucking with these people."
And
So,
if they, don't get me wrong, there's been situations where maybe you guys didn't like a product and then it's not worth it for us to continue doing
Yeah.
Of course.
business
Yeah.
with the brand.
y'all
It's
can
like,
do the math. Y'all seen it.
simple as that. We offer the brand an asset. That's how I've always felt. So we want to partner up with brands where we fuck with, y'all fuck with,
Andrew tests every product. Like he's not
Personally.
advertising. anything.
especially full sack.
Shout out to Full Set. God damn.
They gonna get a free plug.
That's
They still
the-
gonna
oh,
get a
yeah.
free plug.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Full
I
Sack,
bought
baby.
some full sack for Brian as
Hey.
a little sort of gag gift. Little sort of gag gift when you're ready to get back in the game. You know what I mean? Like you ready to go?
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Some triplets. All right. Also, I got some dates coming up, man. St. Louis. We're going to be there Friday and Saturday at the Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis. Holler at us if you got some cool shit to check out in St. Louis. You know, we'll always do dropping in, and we like your suggestions, so let us know.
Any camera guys?
Oh, yeah. If you got any camera guys who want to help us out at the shows, help shoot, pull up as well. We always love doing that. Then we got the 6-7, so June 7th. We're going to be in Ann Arbor, Michigan. First show sold out, I believe. Added a second show, so make sure you get some tickets for that. It's at the Ann Arbor Showcase. Then the 8th and 9th, we're in San Francisco. Shows on the 8th sold out. Early show on the 9th is sold out. We got a late show on the 9th as well. I think has some tickets left, so get that real quick. Gobble that up, gobble that up, gobble that up. And then more shows at theandrewschultz.com, man. New York City date, those tickets are going. Get there. And that Toronto date, we got a second one. Yeah, make sure that you get them tickets for that. The first one sold out, but the second one we got some left. Chicago, man. Just go to theandrewschultz.com, get that. And also, the merch. I know you've been seeing our fashion videos. Alex and I have been putting up. Fashion. Shit is fire. But we got the new merch coming out, only available at the live shows, man. So make sure you come get them shits. It's going to be only at the live shows. So we got a bunch of different things we got 4 different shirts. We'll post some videos this week of them, but the merch is just straight fire. Shout out to my man Mark, who's been opening up and creating all the merch and everything like that. So you can get those at the live shows. You want to scoop them before a show, after a show, you're more than welcome to do it, man. But it's been so cool. And we're going to try to make some more. I know that we've been running out of shirts and running out of sizes pretty quickly. You guys usually gobble them shits up, and that's appreciative. But we're going to try to make some more. But again, first come, first serve. So get them shits while it's hot. Let's get back to the show. I don't think I said what I would do in the situation. I think I would take the shots for $10 billion.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would take the shots.
Yeah, you're saying it like we were upset at us for not doing it.
Yeah, because, one, I believe in my luck. I feel like it would go down
Well,
for
here's
me.
the thing.
Okay,
I
go.
do think in prison, you wouldn't do great.
But
at all, but
right.
you got like hands, like you box, like you're not as much of a bitch as you look like you would be.
Right. Yeah.
I am every bit as much of a bitch as I look like I would be.
I also have a racial group to join.
You got, shave the head, put a little tattoo on, you know what I mean? Prove the brilliant Indians fans right, you know what I mean?
All right, Andy,
Norton.
finally. That get the fucking tattoo on the forehead and shave your head.
Bro, if
and
you
you're
a
good.
not racist white guy, but you go to prison, you got to choose up. You know what I mean? You better figure that shit out real quick.
Get your N-words out while you can.
Listen.
If there's one safe space, it's actually safer for you to say the N-word in jail.
Oh my God.
The second
I
you
need
get out.
everybody to know why I'm in jail though. Like if I missed the shots.
Right.
Like I don't want nobody coming up to me like, oh, fuck you in here for? I'm like, bro, I just missed three points. Like, oh. All right, bro.
So, but
just let you go.
Here's my question, right?
I'm too cute for that.
The offer still exists when you get out.
Oh, I'll go for it again. What? So
How
you
many
mean
times do you do it? Right? Now it gets interesting.
All right,
How many
boom.
times do you do it until you go, fuck it, I got to stop spending years in jail?
All right, another caveat.
Go.
Is there a basketball hoop in the jail?
100%.
Oh, I'm taking it one more time.
Yeah, that's all you're doing.
I'm coming out
Yeah.
like Klay Thompson. I'm going 1 for 1. Bang. Give my $10 billion. I'm out of here.
Not even taking off the warm-ups. Like,
I
let's
get
go.
a year of maximum security confinement, and I just have a basketball. And then when I get out, I get 3 shots to be $10 billion richer.
And you tell everybody in the gym, you go, fellas, I'm about to be worth $10 billion. All right?
hold me down for this year.
Just let me practice. Nobody do nothing. I need some rebounders. You know what I mean? Hey, Mexican gangbangers, stop doing push-ups. Come here and
You
get
first of all,
rebounded.
you tell them you're going to be
my
worth
God.
$1 billion because they're going to come
Facts,
after
they're
way
gonna
more
come
than
back.
you.
They're gonna come back. So
I'm
you're
going to be
right.
worth $100 million.
Yeah. Guys,
I'll give you all the million.
There's $2 million waiting for me outside of jail. Help me out here, guys. Protect me. I got you when I get out.
guys, I get free Chipotle for a year if I hit this 3-pointer when I get out. That's what I would say. You gonna bring us some burritos, way? So, boom, you just get the full practice, and I think you knock that down.
Oh, absolutely.
I
now,
really
now
think-
that I get another shot at it, of course.
But how many times do you miss before you say nah?
I think as a competitor, you just keep going until you get the $10 billion.
Don't I know that about golf? I missed that fucking. Al, have you ever been so sure that I would just keep on shooting?
Oh, absolutely.
Without
you would
a
just
doubt.
Keep, like We won't
Jail.
see Andrew. We
Jail.
won't see him again.
Jail.
I told him he
Like
has
doing
to
his 30 in
he
the
has
clink
to,
right
he has
now.
to boof
Like,
the
you know.
GoPro in his hemorrhoid.
Boof
to
it. Put it up. Put it.
keep this shipper afloat.
Man, Andrew was struggling in the bathroom. I went over to pee. I felt real bad, man.
You heard him?
I was like, yo, can we do this basketball game? He said, yeah. But I was like, bro, I don't know. Recover as you need to.
Son.
That
Wait,
shit
No,
is
we're
this-
doing
is
the
this
basketball
gonna,
game.
I was about to say, is this gonna postpone anything?
I hope
or-
not. I don't think so. I think it says a week recovery. So
So do we get like a? You gotta have like a
the game
Sports
is
Center
2 weeks
ticker.
away.
You gotta have like a Sports Center ticker, like injured reserve, like butt surgery.
guys, I'm gonna get
Oh.
butt surgery. How
I
crazy
know,
is this?
I know.
Asshole,
surgery.
like literally the whole of
Quite
my
poetic
ass.
when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm committed.
yeah, it's not, yeah.
This
Commit
is
to
like
the
a
brand,
tattoo.
yo.
Like
You're
some
the number
people
one
get
asshole
real
on Flagrant.
talk.
You keeping it tight whether you like to or not, bro.
Yeah.
Asshole general getting surgery on his general asshole.
God damn. Yo, it's 11:15. I gotta head.
Go,
to
go, go, go.
Alright,
Kaz
y'all.
got to go to Duce Palooza.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Some of
Y'all-
y'all are
y'all
already on the
rolling
way. Be good. Good shit.
I'll take it easy, bro.
Yeah.
See y'all there, man.
Yeah.
we didn't. I want to talk to Kaz about Giannis and see how he feels about the fact that his boy seemed to just fall apart. Here's why I thought they would lose to the Celtics. Playoff inexperience, and I think that finally came into play here.
Okay.
I think once you run into a wall and you haven't done it a lot, you don't know how to deal with the adversity.
Yeah. Who's
I
going to
think-
make the adjustments?
I think there's just a lot of like the NBA more than any other sport. You have to lose a few, it seems like, before you win.
Yeah.
The only team that kind of bypassed it kind of was the Warriors. And
Yeah.
even then, they got their lumps out.
Yeah.
But like, you need at least one playoff heartbreak, it seems like.
Yeah.
Can't
yeah.
get over the hump and then you get it.
Yeah, yeah, to learn to like put it together. No, that's a good point. I think we just learned that the Raptors were better at making adjustments, and they also had an X factor player. They had Kawhi, but Giannis could be an X factor player.
But I think when you're inexperienced in the playoffs, it's just like I don't know how to adjust to the adjustment. Like I don't know how this.
But I think like a coach is supposed to do that, right? Like,
What's his name's a good coach, Budenholzer or whatever.
yeah, but he didn't make the adjustments. It's like you found out exactly what they were doing with Giannis. Like you
Yeah.
know what they were going to do. You know that you weren't going to win with Giannis. First of all, you sit Bledsoe down. He sucked it up.
Yeah.
And then you let Chris Middleton cook. Chris Middleton, like he can give you 30.
Yeah.
Just let him go for it. I think that they lived and died with Giannis essentially,
Yeah.
and they didn't have any of their role guys really step up. Like where was Brogdon? Was he killing it?
No.
Like
Games 1 and 2, he did great.
the fucked up thing is, and people have said this before, but it's like playoff games are often won by role players.
Yeah.
Like look at Iggy,
Yeah.
right? Like one of the greatest things about Golden State is they have all-star role players.
Yeah. Sean Livingston off the bench is your backup to Steph.
And like if you're Kyle Lowry, you're barely 6 feet tall,
Yeah.
and Sean Livingston gets it 8 feet away from the basket, there's nothing you can do.
The only hope is you're just strong enough to bully him the fuck out.
Even then, he does that little turnaround. He
Yeah.
has one shot.
Yeah.
It's a little turnaround on the baseline, and he gets his arms up so high, you can't block it. And the assumption is, I'm going to have a little point guard on me. I'm 6, what is he?
5, something like that.
Minimum 6'6", like, and
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot over you. Simple as that. So it's like that you got to be able to make adjustments, and I don't think that the Milwaukee organization was able to make them.
I think next year they might take a step back. I think within the next 2 years they can win it all. Now the tricky thing is that's how many years Giannis has left on his deal. So,
Right. And I don't know if he's going to go anywhere. The city seems to love him. Like, it was pretty beautiful there. Did you guys see when he showed up back in Milwaukee?
No.
It was pretty cool. There were like people waiting for him at the airport, just chanting MVP, and like, that's how you keep a star.
No, it is how you keep a star. Now Oklahoma City tried it, I think.
And they were like, nah,
But they also had the Mr. Unreliable newspaper headline.
that's it. Simple. You turn on me, motherfucker, I dare you. Like, small market, you can't have freedom of press. like New York, say whatever you want. You're in OKC. He got no reason to be there. He's doing y'all a fucking favor.
He okay, see?
I'll be okay. But for real, like, think about that. Like, you have to do everything in your power to keep that
Yeah.
celeb there because he's losing money by staying in OKC.
Right.
He
Yeah.
goes to the tech hub of the world. San Francisco. You know how much money he probably made just in investments?
According to Carl Lentz, he made a lot of money, like triple his net worth. Yeah.
It's like
let me ask you this Warriors question. I wanted to ask a Toronto question or something. I wanted to ask something else, but I forgot what it was. But this is something I noticed. Klay Thompson didn't get All NBA. We heard this story,
they made a big deal about that. Yeah,
and he was seemingly.
What happens with that? I think there's some contract thing. If you make All NBA,
I didn't even know about the contract situation. All I know is, and if you guys can look into that, that'd be great.
This is my assumption. I think in order to get a certain supermax, contract, you have to be on an All NBA team.
Right.
So if you miss the All NBA team, you're available for the max, but not the super.
Okay.
So he lost $40 million.
He lost his supermax.
Yeah. Because he's not All NBA.
Wow.
It's like a lot of money.
If you're Klay, do you want KD back at all? Because if KD's not there, we're watching this version of Klay all season. Do we think he doesn't make third team All NBA?
Has to.
No fucking question he does.
Has to. Massive. Like, you want to talk about who's made the biggest sacrifice?
Klay, bruh. Like, now it was Steph.
Financial.
Now it is $40 million I just left on the table.
Financial. I saw a tweet. I don't know if it's real, but I saw a tweet saying that Klay was in Toronto for Game 6 against the Bucks. He was like scouting.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. If that's true, I love that.
Dude, if you are any team with cap room, do you go after Klay the hardest?
Here's the thing. My fear with Klay is this. If he's the best player on his team, he'll be exposed. I think, like we were talking about KD, I think Steph makes Klay really good.
I think Klay also makes Steph have to work less hard on the perimeter.
See, that's the thing. Like, okay, does he? Like, Steph is creating his shots from being Steph, right? It's these crazy deep threes, these step backs running around.
Maybe I'm wrong. Klay? I think the team defense is why Steph isn't exposed as a terrible defender. The defensive team of Golden State is good.
Defensively,
so Draymond and Klay.
Sure. Defensively, sure. Steph is regular. Defender, right? Maybe not even good. Maybe even put there. But I'm just talking about, like, if you're getting Klay to be on your team, to be your best player, you need him to give you buckets.
Here's what I meant. Let me reword my question, and then because I think I was thinking from a Mavericks point of view because they got Luka, and I know Klay is already there. Everybody's 1A.
Everything
if
you
need
wanted with
guy.
Harrison Barnes is Klay.
Does he seem more? Am I being crazy? I think he seems more gettable now that the Supermax is off the table, and you could go to his ego and be like, "Look, man, you ate $40 million for KD."
So, and again, I got to understand the trade more. You could look this up but I think I think not getting the Supermax makes you want to stay home even more because your original team can offer you the biggest contracts.
Still?
Yes, because they have the ability to offer you one more year than everybody else.
So that was the official
5 years. Wait.
So if he made the All-NBA team, he could get 5 years for $221 million.
Right.
Not making it 5 years, $191 million. So he lost $30 million over 5 years.
He lost $30 million plus if he leaves, he gets 4-year deal, I think. I think only he's losing.
So your sell to him then would be in 4 years.
Hold on 1 second. He's losing if he leaves $70 million.
So he would get 4 years for 120?
He'd get four. No, he's gonna get 4 years for 151 around, right?
Oh,
because
okay. So he's losing an extra. But here's what you would say to Klay. I think. Listen, 4 years, you'll get another contract. The salary cap will be higher. You can make that money up.
Sure.
Which is why a lot of players end up leaving because it's like, look, I'm going to make the money back, whatever.
Right.
Now, I think you would have to go to him with the ego play of, look, man, have you not given enough for this fucking team? Have you not sacrificed enough?
Yeah, he has, and you have the right to go get it. I just don't think he can carry.
I don't think he can carry either. I don't think he can carry, but I think as a number 2, he's one of the best ever.
So that's the question, right? It's like, where does he go be number 2? How many teams have the number 1? How many teams have a legit number 1?
Have number 1 and cap space?
How many teams just have a number 1? Like, who's he going to be? He ain't going to be number 2 to Kemba. He ain't gonna be number 2 to Jason
So
Tatum.
the Bucks can create some cap space. They have to give up a lot.
He would be a huge step up from Chris Middleton. He's a super Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he'd be getting a lot of buckets because you just put him on the same side of the floor as Giannis. Right?
Giannis going to get everybody.
They come over and double.
Yeah.
Now you're wide open.
Yeah.
But he needs to be in that situation where there is a legit number 1. And we're talking about Giannis. We're talking about like one of the best players in the league, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of scary. As great as Klay is, he can only be saddled to a black hole of a player that's just going to have the entire defense gravitating toward him so he can get his buckets.
I mean, if you're the Lakers, you make it crazy. I think you push for Klay over everyone else.
Yeah, because you got a LeBron.
And you got your father played here, man. Your pops
There's
played here.
reasons to go. There's
If you're
reasons
the
to go.
Clippers and you want to get 2 free agents, he's the number 2 guy you get.
Yeah.
I think if you're the Mavs and you think Luka's going to be great, which I think he's going to be really fucking good,
Yeah.
you can say, look, man, here's a guy who can find you whenever you're open. Go play D, go help him out. We also got Chris Dabbs. If he's remotely healthy, we're good. Like, you're not going to get all the attention. You're good. Go. I think 3 teams at least should make a super hard push for Klay. Super hard.
Here's a question. If the Mavs have Klay, does that stunt Luka's growth?
I don't think so because Klay's not. The beauty of Klay as a number 2,
He
and
doesn't
again,
draw, yeah.
I think we should talk about him as the greatest number 2 ever because he doesn't demand the ball other than to catch and to shoot.
Right.
What do you have, like 50 points and 11 dribbles, whatever the
Right.
fuck crazy stat it was? Like, how is that not going to help you? Hey, I'm just going to get you assists.
Right.
I don't need the ball. I'll guard the other team's best defender, and I don't need the ball that much. Just get me shots, and I'll knock them down.
I guess I just wonder if like you stop seeing those step back threes from
Luka?
Luka, right? You stop
Potentially.
seeing like driving to the basket with the intent to score, and you start seeing him pass to Klay coming around some screen and
I
then
think
pulling
that's
up.
something that would work itself out. Maybe with a young player, but if you're LeBron, this is your dream. You said this years
Go
ago.
for it.
The ideal sidekick for LeBron is Klay. He's
Go for
perfect.
it. This is awesome.
You guys are saying that Klay's always going to be a number 2. He has no incentive to leave then. If he's not going to a team to be
That
the
is
number
true.
1,
No,
why
that is true.
should
I
he
think
leave?
you would have to say to him like,
so let's look at it like this. This is a great point. He's staying.
Yeah.
He's staying. Like
There's
think
no
of
reason.
think of the math,
I can
right?
see that. Yeah,
Think of the math,
I mean,
like-
listen, I got talked out of this pretty quickly,
Yeah,
but
No, I agree with you. I think you could make the argument he's the best number 2 ever simply because of how effective he is defensively. Like how many number 2s are that good? But like you said, if you know you're going to be a number 2, so the only reason to leave would be to get a supermax, which Golden State wouldn't offer you, right?
can offer you.
Now it's not even possible.
What I heard before is if they don't offer him the Supermax, he's going to test the waters. But maybe that was just a disrespect or whatever.
No. Like he can't get a supermax
Yeah.
because of he's not a
Yeah, well, I'm saying before this happened.
Right.
Yeah.
So now he's in a situation supermax not available. Golden State can offer him. They can take the cap hit, and they should. They can't offer him a max,
Which they will.
which he'll be a number 2, which is great. He goes somewhere else. He's a number 2. He's never going to be a number 1. Why not be a number 2 at the place where you've won all these
That's
rings? Here's the thing. What he doesn't want to be is
Number 3.
and what is he not going to be when KD leaves?
Number 3.
Exactly.
This is the ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Is he stays right the fuck where he is and is back to Splash Brothers, and then NBA fans, we get to have the most exciting team in the league back. Say what you want about and I've said everything about the Warriors. It was fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was even fun to hate.
Yeah.
But when you see balls going in baskets, it's hard to look away.
Yeah.
That's what we want. When you see these motherfuckers just chucking shit up and back-breaking teams, it's what we want.
I'm telling you.
There's a reason why you got all these fair weather fans out here. There's a reason why you got girls watching the NBA now, because you got these 2 cute light-skinned dudes chucking up threes from 40
It is
feet.
cute. It's mad cute.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
If I was a girl, that's what I want to watch.
Yeah, it's
Look
cute.
how high the ball goes. I don't want an aggressive-ass dunk. He could hurt his wrist. Do you know what I mean? I want to see a dude hold his hand out like he got a Manny. That's something I can relate to as a girl. Right? Like this is the best thing. Wait for it. For the NBA, you break up the super team and create 2 more potential
Rivals.
rivals, but like real teams.
Yeah.
That's what the league wants. That's what the fans want. Who maybe doesn't want it? Golden State fans? Go fuck yourself. You've been to the finals 5 straight times.
And you're still going to go quite
Yeah.
And you still
possibly.
got a
I
chance.
still think they're the team to beat without KD.
I mean, that's what this
They're
seems to look
still
like.
the team to beat.
Probably.
You think they slap up on Toronto?
Yeah, they're winning. I think they're winning.
How many games do you think?
I ain't gonna lie, they might sweep.
Nah, B.
Son, they might
That's
sweep.
a bold
son.
prediction, Ed.
Son.
That's how you make a bold prediction. No, you said last week Eden said some dumbass bold prediction like I don't
said
think
it's
it
not
goes
gonna go
7.
to
No matter
7.
who wins, it doesn't go 7.
Damn.
You eliminated one
do you think the winning
possibility.
team is going to win 4 of the 7 games? Do you think that too?
I think the ball's gonna go in the basket.
Yeah. And the
I think if
victorious
one
team is
team
going to
goes
have
3-0.
more points than the loser. That's probably another thing that could happen, right? How many players you think are going to be on the court at one time?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who can't win.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Yo. Bold, son. That is bold,
Bruh,
son.
I just don't think Milwaukee can win anymore.
Hey,
man.
you know what I think is gonna happen? I think if players get fouled in the act of shooting, they might shoot some free throws, bro. I think that might happen out here, dude. That is a realistic scenario. For real. No, for real. And I got a sneaky suspicion. It might be 4 quarters to these games,
Holy
bro.
shit, dog.
Yeah.
You think they're playing
Potential
all
overtime.
4?
I think they're gonna play all 4.
You think both teams playing all 4
So
quarters?
I know it's crazy to say, but if I had money and I had to put my money down, I would say there's going to be minimum 4 quarters, bro.
Oh shit,
Yo,
dog.
hey,
Shit.
hey, y'all want to know some crazy shit? I got a feeling when they dribble the ball, they only going to use one hand at a time. I really think they going to
my
use
God, we
one
wildin'.
hand at a time, bro.
Oh fuck.
It's nuts out here, ain't it?
Oh bruh. Holy shit.
I hate you guys so much.
Oh my god.
Tim, and then I'm paid.
Hey,
That's what's up.
but
That's
I-
real
I'm
money.
gonna still
Just
say
like a flex.
Warriors in 4.
Warriors in 4. You think it's a sweep? I don't think so,
Bold
y'all. I think
prediction
y'all are
from both of
tripping.
y'all.
I think y'all are tripping on some shit. Yo, I had a crazy thought earlier today, man. Because I was talking to my boy, and a lot of shit is going right for my boy, right? And
Unlike you, shit is going all wrong.
oh, well.
Shit couldn't be going more wrong. Every shit hits a detour.
Turn left. Please turn left. And I was like, yo, the assumption is that karma is a way to like make people obedient, right? Like that's the Western assumption of karma, right? That karma operates in the same way that heaven operates, right? Hey, you better do good, because if not, karma's going to come get you. I think that's how Westerners understand the idea of karma, right? But what if karma was invented, the inception was a way to handle the good things that happen in your life? What if here you are, this person is succeeding
interesting.
around so much suffering, and it's a way of processing and enjoying that success amongst all these people who are not being successful without having that success be ruined by guilt? What if it's a way of going, hey, yeah, maybe I did something really good to deserve this, therefore I can enjoy it, instead of going, oh my God, you're living such a hard life, you're living such a hard life.
I could see both lines of thinking, because back in the day, I could see the one dude who's successful and the millions dying.
Dying around
Be
him.
like, yo, I got to think of something so I don't feel so
Feel like
fucking
shit.
guilty. But I must have earned this somehow.
Hey, last life, I was the man. Because he knew this life you ain't,
And I could also see a bunch of people being like, yo, we don't got shit. This guy got everything. How do we incentivize him to give us something?
Yes.
So I can see either.
I'm going to name drop now, but just because it is very poignant. I had the coolest experience ever hanging out with Bill Burr last night at the Comedy Cellar. Yeah, and he was randomly talking about karma, because there's this interview he did with Barry Katz, who was this like notorious manager, but piece of shit, like stole from everybody,
Right.
like hilarious. And he did his podcast, Barry Katz podcast, and apparently he just scorches Barry Katz to his face.
I need to hear this.
Dude, I gotta go
I was
listen.
just complaining about the Barry Katz podcast 2 weeks ago.
Son. And when Burr gets in the zone,
Oh, he locks in, man.
it's Jordan. It's
Yeah.
just like everything's dropping. It's Steph, right?
Yeah.
So it's like comedically he has a bit. So he was telling this story. He goes, he's like, yeah, I believe in karma.
Is he comedian Klay Thompson? Underrated.
Dude.
Underrated.
But knockdown.
But when he's on fire, there's nothing like it.
Does not
Yeah.
miss. Does not
Nah,
miss.
but he definitely has his own team though.
Oh,
Yeah,
he can
true.
carry.
He's-
He's
he's
Steph.
an alpha.
Yeah, he's Steph.
Yeah, he's Steph. Okay.
So it's like, or Reggie.
Oh shit!
So, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he'll go at Jordan.
Yeah,
He'll go at Jordan's neck.
Yeah. So it's like, he goes. Yeah, here's, I believe in karma, but I think it only works if you believe in it. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, because this guy Barry Katz, he just doesn't believe in it, so he's a piece of shit, and it works out. The guy was so notoriously awful, dude.
Fuck.
He kept going over thing after thing how we would fuck over comics. He would do this thing where he'd book a college gig, right?
Yeah.
For like 10 grand. Oh no, he was doing this for years with Chappelle. He would book Chappelle to play the college when he knew Chappelle wasn't able to play the college because he was doing an acting gig. And then the day before, or sometimes the day of, he'd call the college and be like, Chappelle can't make it.
Wow.
And then he'd call up Bill Burr, Bobby Kelly, or these guys like, hey, I got $300 for you if you want to do a college.
Wow.
Right? So the only reason they found out that he was keeping the other like $10,000 for the gig is because sometimes the college kid would fuck up and give him an envelope with the check, and they'd open the check and they'd be like, 15 grand.
Wow.
We're getting $500.
Fuck.
And they'd be like, how much are you getting? 500. So they'd be like, dude, and this is a perfect example of Barry Katz. So they'd be like, what's up with this $15,000 check? We're only getting 500. And then Barry Katz would just be like, all right, you got me. I'll give you an extra 700. Like, he just had he was like, even in the interview when I'm just roasting, leaving in, he's just kind of laughing along with it. And then as somebody's laughing, you're like, I guess it's not that big a deal.
Wait, he's saying this to the guy's face?
To his face.
Holy
in
shit.
the interview.
Oh, I gotta see this. That's
Bro,
crazy.
it
Bro, don't give a fuck, dog.
Oh, you don't care. You don't care. And just like going at him relentlessly, going at it, because the guy stole from everybody. Barry Katz.
How is
This
he
man-
still like?
So he had from what they were explaining to me, he had an amazing amount of real estate within the comedy business. So he was a manager, a booking agent. So he was double dipping on clients, right? So he'd get his 10% deal as a manager, and then it was college booking, so you paid college bookers 20%. So he's taking 30% off of manager, booking agent, and then I think he also had a production company or something like that. And then he had all these like one-nighter gigs up in New England, and he had a fucking comedy club, the Boston Comedy Club.
I thought it
was his. Yes.
Fuck.
So like, if you're a comic, especially in the New York area, you're like,
Yeah.
well, if I want to work,
You gotta go with Barry.
I can't ruffle the feathers.
Yeah.
You know, but it was amazing to hear these comics say the fucking dirtbag things at this guy. And I was like, how did nobody punch this guy in the face?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he's like, it was close. It was very close. A lot of people were very close, but he just kind of smiled his way out of it.
Wow.
And now he's having this resurgence with this podcast.
I can't handle listening to the podcast. I fucking hate his voice.
Really?
Yeah, it's just so like
Who'd you try to
smarmy
listen
and
to?
I tried to listen to the Russell Peters interview.
Okay.
And then off jump, he's saying like, I saw you with Torgasm, you were there, and Dane was there, and I said this guy's gonna be the next star. And I was like, you didn't say shit. Why didn't you sign him if you thought he was gonna be so fucking big? Fucking loser. I was so irritated. I just turned it off. I was like, I can't handle this bullshit. I never listened.
What's up with Russell? What's he up to now?
I opened for him like a year ago.
Right.
And he was engaged at the time, and now he's not. So I don't know. But Russell, somebody I have the utmost respect for. I haven't heard anything but good things about him as a dude to comics. Like, if you're a comic and you're opening for Russell, and you don't have he'll just buy you like a laptop or a cell phone if you don't have a good cell phone. Just
Right.
like, yo, just go to the Apple store, give him my name, you're good.
Right.
Like, just took care of people.
Yeah. Do you think he's managing his money well?
I don't know. I remember after the show, he took like Melly Mel was there. Like, he's like loves old school hip hop. You know,
Yeah.
Russell's a DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
So like Melly Mel came through. Somebody else came through. Some old school hip hop dude. I don't remember which one. But like, we all went to a bar afterward. He took the whole Caroline staff, paid for everybody's stuff, I assume. But he seems like he's still doing all right. Like,
Yeah.
I asked him about that clip, and I said like, I don't remember what I asked him. This is a year and a half ago now, but I was just
Yeah.
like, what was that like? Whatever. And then he said, it's crazy. That one clip made me millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And it was a nice little flex from him because he doesn't like to flex super hard with me, at least. But it was just cool to, I don't know, just cool to talk about it a little bit.
It's just interesting when you think about like money. Like, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we were talking about like freedom, and like I'm at a certain point in my career. Well, we're both at these different points in his career where he is more wealthy than me, but he still has a boss.
Right.
Right. Still is somebody that he has to do his job or else he could potentially get fired. And there are certain protections that he has, et cetera.
He likes his job?
Loves his job. And you know him.
Yeah.
And, and like I'm in this situation where, you know, I'm not making as much as him, but I'm very comfortable, but I also don't have a direct boss. Like I was saying to Alex, really what we are is we're like farmers.
Yeah.
Right? Like every bit of content we put out, that's seeds that we're planting, and then hopefully this grows.
Tour is the harvest.
The tour is the harvest, right?
Yeah.
And these different things, right? But like even the podcast, right? We're harvesting, we're getting ads now, we're doing these things at Patreon and you know, all this stuff. But it's like we're really sowing these seeds and then, you know, recouping what we put out. But it's up to us to put it out, and hopefully we have a connection so you guys listen in, and then, you know, you guys spread the word, fuck with us. And there is a freedom that comes from that. But there's another level of freedom.
Yeah.
The next level of freedom is, and it's true freedom, is financial security. Meaning, what is your nut you need to hit? Say it's 20 grand a month after taxes, whatever. That's true freedom. That's, you can do whatever you truly want to do in your life.
Yeah.
You do the jobs you want to do. I'm very fortunate that I was able to create jobs out of the things I love.
Right.
And I don't want to do anything that I don't love doing. Right. But there's a version of that freedom. Right. And it's a freedom that rich kids have, the kids that have grow up wealthy, that they, and the weird dynamic of life, like how confusing life is oftentimes the people that have things did not earn them, so they cannot appreciate them.
Yeah.
So these kids who actually have true freedom because they're financially set never value it.
Yeah.
Because they never understood what sacrifice it takes to get there.
Yeah.
Right? So we're talking about, like, how do you get to true freedom? What is the best way, right? And it's obviously you can make a whole bunch of money.
Financial freedom?
Well, I think true freedom requires it.
Fuck you. All my business friends call it fuck you money.
Yeah, fuck you money. Great.
To me, $3 million in $3 million
Locked
in an
away.
account.
Yeah.
That you can just make money off. Safe investments,
right?
5%. It's a pretty safe return,
right?
I think the stock market average is
$600,000.
That, no,
$150,000.
Yeah, $150,000 a year.
Yeah.
You can live off of that, and then any money any job you give me, if I don't want it, I'm good. I have my money to live.
Right.
Fuck you. Fuck
that's
you.
The
I don't
fuck
need
you
your
money, and then you can do whatever you want to do. Like, you don't have to worry about being censored. You don't have to worry about anybody saying anything. Anybody taking what you have. You know, because even if they take what you have, you still have.
Right.
Right? So we were talking about ways to do this. And for some people, probably listening right now, the idea of just having $3 million is like, what are you talking? I make 50 grand a year. How do I get $3 million? You know? Right. And there's another way I think to get there. And it is backing into your nut. Right? So let's say your nut is 10 grand a month. Mm-hmm. Right? You can have passive income back you in.
Yeah.
Right? So you can have, let's say you found a way to buy a house and now you're Airbnb-ing it or you're renting it. And let's say you have, you know, your wife also has a situation like that. Or, you know, let's say you guys do, you know, some online content where you're getting these different things. You just got to get to that 10 grand.
Yeah.
Right? Via passive income. What if you only get to 5? Okay. But now you're only 5 grand in the hole every month. That's different. That's part-time.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
So side hustles are very important.
And what happens is you can get to a point in passive income where you just need a side hustle for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess what we were trying to do is break down this task and make it less, less big. And he told me about this thing. I got to get the right thing, but it's this like investment app. And these people, what they've done is they've done all the math, right? And you choose the amount of risk you want to take. Something like Made Simple or some shit like that.
There's a few of these.
Yes. But what they do is
my best friend works for one of those companies, but I forget which one.
We got to talk to him.
Yeah.
We got to talk to him because... Al, you farted?
I did.
All right. So we got to talk. Mine don't sound like that no more. We got to talk to him. And because what it is I'm a fucking idiot. I just keep money in my fucking bank account because I have this.
Everybody's been telling you this.
I know. I'm financially literate because I have this broke person mentality, right? Like, which is just Like I bought my apartment because my parents bought real estate, but they weren't financially literate. They didn't know about stocks or anything.
Yeah, but you
like that.
stumbled into a really good investment.
I did, but the only reason I went to buy it is because my parents had one. If my parents didn't have it, then I wouldn't have. I just, but my boy was explaining to me, he's like, dude, if you just put 50 grand away and you're making 10% on that in this program, it's like, think about that. For the last 8 years, you could have done that.
Yeah, I mean, 10%'s high, but yeah, just for math's sake, that's $5,000 a year.
Exponentially grown because you're adding to it's like.
Oh, there's a book. It's written by an Indian dude, so I have no problem plugging it. It's called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. If you're in your 20s, you have to get this book. If you're in your 30s, I read it at 33 and then almost went broke at 34, so I couldn't invest anything. But it is a good book to read, and it will just teach you basics of money. And, like, this is how you save for retirement. I will teach you to be rich.
That's what we need to do in this podcast, I feel like, on some level. Not only, like, financial, we just need to teach... optimization. We talk about like all the companies we want to be involved in. We want your balls to be full, your dick to be hard, all that kind of shit. But like, we need to do simple shit because motherfuckers is eating steak well done. You know what I mean? Like, there are still people out here eating steak well done.
Let me just say that pisses me off, yo.
But
Alex quiet because he used to eat it like that.
Do you?
Used to.
No, but so
Before
think about
he met
it.
white people.
But real talk is like. There are people out listening right now. They're like, "Wait, you're not supposed to eat it well done, right?" So, like, on some level, we got a little responsibility to be dropping jewels. I'm just saying, you show up to a business meeting, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are at a steak restaurant. You order your steak well done. You're not closing that deal unless you sign a deal with salmonella. You're not closing that deal, right? Because they're gonna look at you like, "What the fuck is this guy going on?"
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, like so. And now I know there's people listening right now. They're like, "I don't get it. What does it matter?" It doesn't matter. You can have your steak however you want to have it, but there are little cultural implications, right?
Yeah. Rich people also in particular have a specific set of rules that they use to judge you because that's
how they keep their class structure.
Yeah, that's their shitty way of thinking, but it is their shitty way of thinking. So like code switch on them. Like, all right, I'm at this restaurant with this old white dude. I'm going to get a steak. Medium or medium rare or whatever.
So we got to do that. We got to like think of fun. Like it could be funny ones too, but it's like a lesson that we teach, like how to tip. Like there's motherfuckers listening to this don't know how to tip.
And the tipping system is idiotic. We've talked about this at length.
Oh, absolutely.
20% of total bill is just it fucking infuriates
it's
me.
absurd.
I was thinking about it. I swear I was thinking about it this weekend.
Why?
I don't even know. It just randomly pissed me off.
You so Indian.
I know, right?
You're so Indian, fam.
How'd I just come
Life
to
going
you, son?
well, everything good.
I was
About to be
thinking about
NBA
it.
Finals. This guy has one moment of
thinking
clarity.
about this shit.
That's why they need to meditate,
Goddamn.
son. They would just piss off about tipping. That's what it was. That's where fucking Hinduism started. Some waiter was like,
eighth
"Oh, so
grade-
you're not gonna leave 20%?" They're like, "Ooh, I need to pray. I need to pray before I kill this motherfucker."
Yo, in 8th grade, I lost $10, and I literally could not sleep the entire night. I swear. I woke up in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. and I couldn't fall back asleep. I was thinking about this $10 so much, man. That shit ate away at me. I got up early, went to school early, and looked in the place. I walked into an all-teachers meeting to the classroom where I thought I lost my $10. I was like, "Guys, I'm sorry, but I got to see if it's in here." It ate away.
You ever find that $10?
No, man.
That's just still bothering you, son. That's just still bothering him to this day. To this day. To this day.
Oh, man. I
You know
remember
how
every
often
time I
lose-
lost money,
So
dog.
you know how often I lose $10, son?
How often?
Son, you know how often I just buy some shit that don't fit, and I'm like, I guess I got some shit that don't fit. like I don't even be returning shit, bro. It's fucked up.
Man. Yo, I actually done that a couple times too, which is an odd juxtaposition with me or whatever. But like, I remember every time I lost actual cash. That shit, every time I think about it, I'm like, God damn. I remember one time I found 40 and lost 15 and still bothers me that I could have made. My net profit was affected. My net profit, son.
Son, just think about this. No. Think about how much he's emotionally affected by losing money, right? And now imagine last year as he was going broke for a whole year, son. How you still got hair on your head?
That was not fun.
Bro.
I got grays out of it. Grays in my beard. Fucking out here looking like Donnell Rawlings.
Shit. How did he not get a hemorrhoid last year?
Yeah, real talk. How'd that stress not give you hemmers?
I don't know, dog. I don't know how I avoided the hammer.
Damn, y'all need some hemmies.
That was rough, though. Yeah, that was rough.
So we got to figure out shit.
Yeah.
We got to come like once a week.
As we learn shit, we should,
Yeah,
pass
and
it
as
on,
we
pass it
learn that
forward.
there are people that don't know about shit. Like like real talk, I learned more about like cleaning my ass from hanging out with you.
Yeah. And your legs.
Oh yeah, and my legs. Like just not cleaning my so here's the thing we should tell them. We stay at black Airbnbs when we're on the road.
That's just up support black businesses.
We support black business. We call them Air R&Bs, right? and so we stay in our Air R&Bs, right? son, yo, you gotta stay in black Air R&Bs, bro. Air R&Bs, son.
Air R&Bs,
son,
so
we in
good.
the Air R&B, bro. They don't.
Smooth living.
Let me tell you something. You know how like white people be having Airbnbs as like a business?
Yeah.
Black people still living in their Air R&Bs, bro. They didn't even move the crib.
So-
there was a crib with a baby. They left the baby with
saw
us.
that video.
The
I was like, where
baby's
the fuck are
there.
they staying?
Son, we babysat the whole weekend. Yo, the guy was like, "Yo, I'll be right back. Just watch Lil JJ for us." And we're like, "All right, I guess."
And then he
Like,
never
dude-
came back in true black man
Dude
fashion.
probably legit left 5 minutes before we got there.
100%. One of
his
his towels was
laptop
wet.
was still plugged.
His laptop was plugged in. One of the towels was wet. He
Yo,
put some pictures
but-
up of black women,
Yo.
so it looked like we weren't gonna fuck up the place because it'd be disrespectful to black women. But you know, it was just him in there.
So the craziest thing that happened, and we didn't even acknowledge this when we left. So checkout was at 12.
Yeah,
Dude just walked in at 11:30.
first time black person been early.
But he didn't knock.
Nah.
He just walked in. It's his place, so whatever. But we're still
Not whatever, though.
We're still there.
Yeah,
And then he saw that we're there. He
Kicked
walked
it.
in and just started kicking
kicking
it
it with us,
That's so
talking,
fucking funny,
plug his
dog.
phone in, laptop
Yeah,
in.
like no, like oh god, you need a little what? Like nah, I'm home now.
Oh my god.
Yo, that was the weirdest shit.
That
son.
shit was it got intimate.
Oh fuck.
But
You
yeah,
were just so
that's,
friendly.
So that's another thing we were learning, just about like washing your legs in the shower. Apparently, white people don't wash their legs in the shower, which is kind of true. Depends on how I feel.
Yeah, I don't. I'm hit and miss with that,
You're white too.
bruh. I don't know.
Yo, how do you not wash your
Right?
legs?
It's far.
It's just listen. Soap, real
far.
talk. And I remember Duval had a meme about this. Soap, real talk, armpits, nuts, and the rest is like if I'm feeling energetic that day, if we got it.
Wait,
but-
you
Yeah.
just said only
And ass.
armpits and nuts.
and ass.
No, armpits, nuts, ass. I can't bend over now with my hemorrhoid because my asshole pokes out.
All right.
But
That's-
like, yeah, I mean the rest of the water got
Yeah,
that.
dirty.
Why? Yeah, I let the suds drip down, but that's a white thing. So now that we know that, we're coming across.
Yeah.
Like, Eden, you shower in a river. So what? like, so like, what is that experience like when you're at the mouth of a river and you're rubbing stones against your dry skin to get it
Well,
out?
he's not showering. He's just swimming across.
Yeah.
It's just a freedom
I
swim.
made it! I made it!
I'm not gonna lie, that one got me off guard.
Son, it's true, bro.
Yo, so do y'all use washcloths or y'all just do straight up soap?
Son, black R&Bs.
Mad
washcloths, fam. Mad washcloths, son. More than a hotel. You know how the
Yeah,
hotel
yeah.
got like a bunch of different size washcloths?
Yeah.
A black R&B, right there, right next to it. It's
Oh, yeah.
big towel washcloth. Alex was using them shits. They were all wet.
Yep.
I ain't using none
I
of
went
them.
through 3 in 3 days.
That poor man got to wash your washcloths that been on your ass.
Son, I can't believe y'all don't wash your legs. Your pants don't like stick to you and
You
shit.
gotta understand, like your legs is so
It's so
little
quick
soap
to clean.
Yeah, like it's you basically washing a flamingo. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing for you. You just do that shit. I think you could detach your legs. You got legs. You really got removable legs, Alex. So you just detach, wash them.
like
You
a
don't got
Mr.
bend
Potato
over.
Head.
Real
Yeah.
talk.
Quick
That's
and-
what you built like. You built like an Angry Bird. You built like an ostrich.
Hey, looking like this.
Body like this. Head like this. That's a
looking this
funny
way.
ass Kevin Hart joke, Fish. That's
You know,
a Kevin
Comedy
Hart-
Central cut that out of the TV airing. Like you have to watch the Netflix special to see the whole Kevin Hart Oscar story. I don't know what the
Fucking
fuck they're doing.
idiots. These fucking idiots. Anyway, we should probably wrap it up, man. Unless there's something else you really want to hit. Yeah, sure.
Motherfucker, Jesus Christ, Doug.
What happened? What happened?
Eden
Oh,
on it, Eden, boy, Eden.
You just say fuck this guy. You ain't shit.
Isn't it funny though that every time he talks, be like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" I know that I love him, dog. It's just a funny little bit, but that was actually great. I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, which would you?
Okay, this is a dope hypothetical that we're gonna steal from ESPN since they steal so much shit from us.
Facts.
I think they got it from online. I saw it on like Rich's regular Twitter.
See, these motherfuckers probably stole it from someone else even.
Okay, which one would you rather have seen happen? MJ never retired the first time. Shaq and Kobe never split up. LeBron and Kobe faced off in the finals. Derrick Rose never got injured.
Not even a question. Derrick Rose never got injured.
Really?
You're talking about at the youngest MVP in the history of the game. Unstoppable force. I would love to see what he ended up doing. I mean, this is him young. This is him at, how old was he when he started getting injured?
22, something like that.
Right? So he's that young starting to get injured. Imagine when he starts developing a consistent jumper and he has that explosiveness to the basket. Like, you're looking at one of the best ever. The guy was MVP at 20. What?
He might be 22. I think he was MVP.
22.
23. I think he got hurt.
Like dominating.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, because all the other ones are just like, I kind of like that Kobe Kobe LeBron face up, because the top two are just, you just want to see people win more.
This is the only one that really shakes the course of NBA history. Like MJ, let's say he keeps playing or he doesn't, he's still going to be the GOAT. These guys never split up. Okay, maybe they win a couple more rings, but Kobe ended up doing it, and so did Shaq. Like,
I think it's better for Kobe they did split up.
Of course, 100% better for Kobe's legacy. They did split up, but this one right here changes like every other discussion surrounding
the Bulls. Derrick Rose, point guards. I mean, bro.
Like, this one right here fucks with Iverson's legacy.
Word.
Yeah.
Like, Derrick Rose ends up having that type of career, maybe even sneaks out a ring. That now you're talking Iverson territory.
And I know he loves Tibbs, and Tibbs made him a better player, but I think you also got to blame Tibbs for the injury. I think 45 minutes a game ain't good for anybody.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Yep.
100%. And on some level, I think maybe that's why Tibbs re-signed him.
Oh, maybe.
Tibbs was like, I got to give him an opportunity. I got to do this right. I got to do the right thing.
Maybe.
I'm going to sign you when nobody wants you. That's another good discussion, which is like, what happens with Derrick Rose next year?
Yeah.
He had a great season.
I think he wants to just stay with Tibbs. As long as Tibbs is in Minnesota, he's going to stay with him. He
Tibbs
loves
is out,
Tibbs.
though.
Tibbs is out?
Yeah, they fired Tibbs. They got a new
I
coach.
completely forgot.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, he demonstrated skill. He demonstrated he could stay healthy. Like, he dribbles the ball a lot, but he could definitely be on a New Orleans or be on one of these teams that's like
a championship team that needs a bench. That's your guy.
Ew. And no ego. So that's a different discussion. I was like, does he start on a team that is shitty, or does he come off the bench on a team?
I think if you're him, you want to come off a bench of a team that's good, right? That's the one thing you haven't really since your MVP season.
Okay, this is wild. Maybe this is just me being a little bit indulgent here. If you're the Clippers, do you make a move and then have your bench be real talk? I put them in at the same time. I go 6 and 7. You guys go in there and terrorize the B defense.
Right.
The second they sub in their B defense, I go, give them Lou, give them Derek. What you going to do? And then just go, hey, Derek, Lou, go ham. Back and forth possessions.
Bro,
just go nut.
I like it. And you got to get a max guy to make that Clippers team work.
Yes. But still, like, that would be, and Doc is going to respect, he's going to respect Doc. Doc's going to respect him.
Yep.
Dude, that would be a fun... you're there for the second quarter. Like, you're showing up to the game with just when these guys go relentless crossover. It's M1.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, that's the number one. Never got injured. I would like to have seen the Kobe Lakers and the Miami LeBron. I would like to have seen that.
You want it more than Derek?
No, not more. Derrick Rose, number one. That's number two.
Miami, LeBron. Wait.
When LeBron was on the Heat.
Oh, if he went up against Kobe.
Go against Kobe.
Yeah. Because Kobe would have relished that. So here's all right. Maybe look, we're always coming up with good stuff towards the end. So here's an interesting conversation, right? There's all these NBA players, right? For the first time, they're going to the promised land, and they've dedicated their entire lives to this moment. Right, to winning this goal, right? There's little goals on the way, like making it to the NBA was a little goal, but prior to making it, it was always, I'd love to win an NBA championship because that's the pinnacle of your existence as a player, right? So in these moments, where are you in terms of the hurricane, right? If the hurricane is the moment, right? If the hurricane is this approaching thing, right? Are you...
Very few are at the eye. Very few are at the eye of the storm. And I'm not saying I would be.
Guy? Who's an eye guy?
Steph is kind of an eye guy, maybe.
Steph is an eye guy.
Even though maybe that's revisionist history.
Kobe's an eye guy.
Kobe's an eye guy. Michael was an eye guy. More than anybody in history in our lifetimes, those were the eye guys. Larry Bird seemed like an eye guy.
Larry Bird, eye guy.
Magic, eye guy.
So, and then what? Can you prepare your child to be an eye guy? Can you prepare?
I mean, if you read the Tiger Woods book, I should just give it to you and let you read. It's just great.
This is the one where it's
that's what his dad did. He prepared him his entire life to be an eye guy.
And?
It worked.
How?
I mean, he was like horrendous. Like, as Tiger was on his backswing, he would like heckle him, like call him the N-word. Like, you are unflappable. I'm going to make it to where nothing distracts you from winning. You are going to be the toughest son of a bitch on earth. And then they had a word. He was like, if you ever say enough, I'll stop. Tiger never said enough. Tiger refused to ever say to his dad, enough. His dad would just get meaner and meaner and meaner, crueler and crueler and crueler. And he said to his Tiger, look, if you ever want me to stop.
Stupid-ass wife thought that her little nagging with a golf club was going to do shit. Just chasing with a golf club. You think I'm going to say enough now, bitch? Bitch, you think a little 4-iron is going to stop me, bitch? Bitch, I got a navigator. I'm driving a navigator.
Work on your backswing, bitch.
Bitch, we can send you back to Norway. I can't send my dad away from being my dad.
Aye, bitch. You ain't doing nothing.
But that's an interesting thing. So you think it's possible to build the constitution of an eye of the hurricane player?
I think so. I mean, it doesn't always work. And I remember we asked Roy Jones Jr. about that, and he was like, look, I think what he said was, I was tough enough to handle that. Not a lot of kids are.
He said Joe Jackson got treated, he said Tito got treated the same as Mike. But he didn't become Mike.
Yeah.
And then he said, like, certain guys just weren't treated that hard, and they ended up getting there anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
And I think he felt like he didn't need to be treated that way.
Yes, I think that was his way of saying I would have rather a cool relationship with my pops than like.
And Tiger probably would have been great regardless, but I do think that was like an extra. From what I've read in this book, that was an extra. Like, he is unflappable in big moments because it's like, you cannot do worse to me than what's already been done.
I have to lean into those moments. I've noticed. It's a choice I have to make.
Interesting.
Like, I have to turn the nerves to excitement. I have to, and then I can lock in. But it is a decision, because I can be watching a fight that I'm not, that I'm not in. Obviously, I'm just invested in the fighters, and I can be like so on my anxiety, nerves, etc.
Right.
And then, but then there can be a moment like with doing Rogan, which was like to me the biggest thing.
Right.
And I mean, Alex, what would you say? I would say I was pretty locked in.
Yeah. I remember before, I asked if you were nervous and shit. Like, you kind of seemed like you were just in the zone. You were ready for
I felt
it.
In the eye.
I feel the seizure moment was another one. Like, you were kind of like, oh shit, what's going on? Like, you were concerned with the girl. You were there.
Yeah.
And then something just clicked, and you're like, oh shit, no one's on stage? And you just...
That's interesting.
That
you know
music
what?
just started playing in your head, and it's like...
I was in the eye. Yeah.
And it's
no, that is interesting.
That shit was amazing. What you like, not to suck your dick, but that shit was amazing.
Bro, but you know what? There's an interesting thing about it, which is like... Maybe I'm more anxious with other people's stuff. Like, I would be more anxious. Like, let's say you're taping your special.
Yeah.
I would be more anxious for you because I couldn't control
Right.
the environment.
Yeah.
And I wonder, like, with children, like, but with me, if it's for me, like the what's it called thing? The
seizure?
The seizure shit, it was so interesting. I wasn't nervous. It felt like the right thing to do.
Right.
And it was the eye. And there was a hurricane going on.
So that shit could have went
horrible.
bad.
But it just felt right. Maybe that's it. Maybe when like things are meant for you to do, you just do them. But it is so nerve-wracking when someone else is doing them because you're invested in that person. Like, I'm going to want you to do great, but I can't do great for you.
The more people are nervous for me, the more nervous I get. The more I hate it. I'm like, yo, I just want to be in a room by myself. I don't want...
Right.
Because I'm dealing with my nerves. I also think people can get closer to center. I think some people can't. But, like, I think Kobe early on wanted to be an eye guy, wasn't quite an eye guy. I remember he airballed 2 shots against the Jazz in the playoffs or something like that. But then as you get more used to it, you're like, oh, this is the Hurricane. I want to be at the center. I'll get there. This is the center. Everything's fine. I've been here
build
before.
towards it. Yeah.
I think a lot of it is kind of boring. But, yeah, I always notice when people are nervous for me, I'm like, oh, stop. I don't want that. Like,
Yeah, it's too much pressure.
Let me deal with this on
That's
my
why
own.
it's often you don't want, like, at least for me, like my parents or like close friends
Never.
at shows,
Hate them at shows.
because it's like I know that this, I know you're concerned for me,
Yes. And I don't want that.
and I don't want that.
And I'm not calm, like, into the storm guy, whatever, but
Yeah.
I know the worst thing for me is when everybody else gives a fuck. Then I'm like, yo, I don't
Right.
need that. I'll handle this.
Because I got this, and then if it's something happens, I'm
on me.
okay with that.
Yeah.
But I'm also like creating this environment.
I'm not gonna say I'm okay with it, but like
Yeah.
I extra don't want. Now you're let down. Now I'm like, oh fuck, here we go.
Yes,
you
and
came.
You
and
don't
now,
understand the dynamic that's happening here.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand. Like yes, I know this joke does that, and it happens 50% of the time, and I'm working on making it happen
Right.
0%.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
right now it's a 50-50.
Right.
You're just like, oh boy, that joke really doesn't
Yeah.
work. It's like you don't get it just
Right.
yet. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that's interesting. It's fascinating. Like, it's something that can be built. And what a tricky thing with being a parent. Like, I bet there's people listening right now that you have kids and like you're making these tough decisions on how to raise them. And it's like, how far do you push your kid to prepare him for the eye? Like, is it worth sacrificing your relationship with your kid?
I think no, emphatic no.
Right?
Because
It can't.
Matter of fact, you said this to me. We're talking about the mom's relationship with the son versus the dad's.
Right.
And you're like, I think that, or with any kid, I think the dad's relationship is more important.
Right. Until a certain age. I think dad's like is like meaningless until you're like 13.
I think, yeah, in terms of how you turn out as a man or woman,
Yeah.
I think it's more important your relationship with your dad. That has a bigger impact on it.
Yes, for both male and females.
I think so.
Yeah, but especially as you get older, because it's not unconditional. Your mother's love is unconditional,
Yeah.
and we know that, and we take advantage of unconditional. Your mom will forgive you for whatever you do.
Yeah, I think I think to
You
that.
never see a dad pick up their kid in jail. Right? You watch all those jail shows. It's never the dad like, so great to see you, Todd.
Yeah.
It's the mom,
Right.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, how often does the dad just go, you're cut off. You're out of this family. You're
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're more objective, right? The baby doesn't come out of us.
Yeah.
You know, but that motherly love, which is valuable, it's so important.
Right.
You know, this is oh shit. Yeah, I didn't see that. This was a good debate because I'm more leaning towards the side of pushing them. Like pushing them even risking the relationship fucking up. Because look,
All right.
me as an adult now,
Yep.
if my dad pushed me to be great, I can appreciate it now. Well, our relationship might have been fucked up, but I think as an adult,
Right.
in retrospect, I'd be like, yo, I see what you were doing. I didn't
Right.
get it in the moment. But if you don't push them, you never know their full potential.
Right.
Like, I think part of the reason why you're so good is like you talk about how your parents pushed you to be confident and they always wanted to hear what you had to say.
Yeah, but they
So
didn't
it's-
push me. They
No,
coddled.
but I mean, like, they were encouraging.
Right.
You know?
They were very involved.
So it's like now you're doing a profession where you talk all the time.
Right.
And so it's like they curated that.
100%. Without
So-
even knowing they built that.
Yeah,
They planned the seed.
I'm going to probably push as much as I could. I won't, because, if you have a Jordan or a Serena Williams or something
Right.
like that, it's like, at the end of the day, they all have good relationships with their parents as they got older. It might have been rough.
It's a risk.
It's
Tiger
a
was
risk.
fucked with his dad. Roy Jones seemed fucked with his dad.
Yeah, there are
It's a-
people
it's
where
a
it doesn't
risk.
work.
Jordan didn't seem like he got pushed a ton.
So that's the thing. I think in some of us, I think I have a relentless competitiveness,
Yeah, I
right?
think it has to be in you.
And I think that you're born with that. I think some people are born with it, some aren't. But I think that if you're not, you can push and manifest it, like get as close. Like, some people have natural athletic ability, and then some people got to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
But oftentimes the people who work for it end up being more effective, right?
Yeah.
Like Tim Duncan was not the most athletic
Right.
player, but he got the fundamentals down in the game. He was one of the most,
Right.
effective guys, etc. It's just an interesting balance. It's like, how much of your relationship with your kid will you sacrifice so that they can be safe in the world and succeed in the world?
Because like think about it, Tiger Moms, not to be stereotypical, but
Fam, look at
Asians
Indians.
are fucking killing it.
Ask Indians.
Asians are killing it in America, and their parents don't accept anything less than an A.
Well, so Akaash.
I don't. Well, yeah. Hold on. What's this?
It's John Morant signing a deal with Nike. But go on.
Okay. I don't. Well, here's what I was gonna bring up. I don't know if this seems like it applies, but I do think it applies. I always remember this study that said that parents that praise their kids for achievement those kids don't do as well as the parents who praise their kids for hard work. Like if parents are always like, yo, you work so hard, man, great for you. You work so hard, great for you. Those kids tend to do better than the ones who were like, oh, you got straight A's? Oh, you got this first place trophy? Oh, you got this?
That's interesting.
And I was always rewarded for hard work.
Yep.
And I'm not...
Regardless of outcome.
Yeah, and I'm
You
not
did it,
naturally
yes.
the academic achievement kid. I wasn't, but it's like, okay, fine. Well, I can fucking outwork all of you. Let's go. Like, you won't stop me
Yes.
from working. And that's the thing I feel good about internally when I'm working hard.
Because it's something... Oh, that's it. You have to... I mean, look at all of us. None of us have kids. We're talking about parenting. But you
got it
have
all
to
figured out.
reward something that is in their control.
Yeah.
They cannot control outcome.
Yeah.
If you're saying that your kid played horribly because he didn't win, right? It's not rewarding losing, but if he played hard because he didn't win, his whole life will be based on this structure of win and lose. And
Yeah.
often he might avoid the big challenges
Yeah.
because those challenges come with potential loss.
Right.
But if hard work is what is rewarded,
Right.
a relentless attitude will be applied to whatever you do, because you understand that is the key to success, and then you won't be afraid of those big challenges, because when you don't achieve them, you go, well, I guess I got to work a little harder.
Yeah.
There's always more that can be done.
And watching, like, I got little brothers, little sisters, whatever. My little cousin, he's 2 years younger than me, but he, like, runs marathons. He finishes, like, at a pretty good clip. He's a fast runner. But the thing I always am impressed by, and I'm saying it'd probably be easier to praise your kids for this, is, like, his discipline is insane. Every macronutrient that he eats before the race is measured out perfectly.
Right.
He runs, like, it's incredibly disciplined, and that's what I'm always like, yo, man, fuck. That's the thing I marvel at. And I assume when I have kids, if my kid is not really working hard and getting straight A's, I'm going to be impressed. But I'm going to be proud of my kid when I see him busting his ass, even if he gets a B or two. I'm going to be like, yo, I saw you put in work, and I promise that will pay off. I'm proud of that. I'm impressed by straight A's if you don't work. I might have a genius, but, like, I'm proud of the hard work.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's easier for me to praise just off pride. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
but
good for
you have no
man.
clue how hard the test is, what the competition is. It's a stupid thing to reward. It's
Right.
just the ace.
But what
Yeah.
if he's working super hard for a D?
Hey, man, maybe this is not for you, but you keep working,
Yeah.
something will work out. This is the
that
beauty
work
of
ethic
America.
applied to some other shit will be an A in the other shit.
This is the privilege of America, and I'm
Yeah.
not even saying this in a condescending way. I'm saying this is how we're blessed.
Yeah.
If you work your ass off, you might not be super rich, but you will be okay.
Right.
You will be fine. You will be
You
comfortable.
could hit middle here.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
devil's advocate, what if you're teaching your kid to be okay with failing? It's like, oh, I worked
I
hard.
want my kid. Real talk. I encourage my kids to fail.
Yes. If you're not failing,
No,
you're
no,
not trying hard enough.
accepting
No.
failure.
That's the other tricky thing, right? He makes an interesting point. The idea of accepting failure. That's something you got to navigate. That's something you got to balance, right? It's like you shouldn't want to fail,
And shouldn't be okay.
right? It is. Yeah. It's tricky. You understand what he's saying, right?
I do. In my mind, the thing I
tricky.
think I try to say to who, and again, kids are different than little brothers, sisters, whatever, but like little cousins, I'm like, yo, there's
Yeah.
no failure. There are learning experiences. Learn
Yes.
from this.
Yes.
Learn from this what you can. Move forward. And now if you keep failing at this thing, we really need to re-examine some shit.
Right.
But like, this is not, it's okay to fail as long as you learn something.
Yeah. We're not proud of failure.
Yeah.
Right? We're not like patting you on the back for failure.
Right.
But there are ways to fail that are better than others.
Yeah.
Right? And when you've done all the work, if you prepared the best you possibly could prepare,
Yeah.
and you still don't get the grade that you want on that test, you can't be too upset.
Yeah. What can we do differently?
We'll find different ways.
Yeah.
But we did everything we thought we could do.
Yeah. Now you just learn. That's what this was.
And then we learn from this. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. So now when you apply that to sports, all right, they're in the gym shooting. They're just not gifted.
That's going to happen.
So now they just keep going because you have rewarded their hard work. So
Problem
it's
solve.
like a SoundCloud rapper now.
No, we problem solve. Right? You go like this. This is what this is what I do. Like, listen, you can always work on shit and get better, but it's like we problem solve. What am I working with? What do I have you as? You can't shoot for shit? All right, that's fine. Can you play D? Can you rebound? What parts of the game? Shit, can you coach? Are you good? Are you a good teammate? Are you good at filling up space? Are you good at working off the ball? Can you pass well?
But now you're like kind of redirecting what they want to do
100%.
Instead of just encouraging them to
man.
work hard.
No. We got to be honest with who we are. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna tell my kid he can do anything he wants, right? But you got to go for it. And if you ain't gonna go for it, I'm not the one to force you to do a sport. You got to play a sport because you love it. What I'm trying to say is you find a way to be effective in the game. That's what I would always try to do.
That
I
is
find a
funny
way to be
Eastern,
effective.
We're never raised you can do anything you want. That's
Yeah.
not it. General Eastern. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
You want to be a doctor
Yeah.
or an engineer
Yeah.
or an MBA.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good. Yeah, that's a different. This is
This
a
is
Western thing. You could do whatever you want.
Yo, Andrew, go have a kid. And let's try this out.
Who had a kid?
His hemorrhoid.
Oh God.
Scared me.
Yeah, man. I don't know. We'll figure it out. When I have some kids, we'll have another discussion about this, and we'll see how we are. I might be a complete softie, to be honest with you. I'm concerned. I'm going to be a softie. I'm going to have to put hard shit on my wife.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yo, kids get away with everything with me.
That
What?
sucks.
What do you mean?
If you guys are already thinking you're going to be the
Of course,
soft
if I got a fucking daughter,
Bruh.
son,
that's on wifey. They're
Yo,
like,
100%.
like, what if I got a daughter and she got a mustache and like her dad got to tell her like guys think that's gross?
son,
I got to tell my wife to do that, right? Like, yo, wax your mustache, you
No, but
little
whoever
monster.
you get was going to be so hairless. You know what I
You're
mean?
right, you're right.
And you could barely even grow a mustache, so like you fine. She might have a hairy ass. She might have a wild hairy ass.
Oh my God.
She might have a little wolf ass, but you're not gonna know.
I'm gonna have my wife do all that shit. You're gonna have to tell her everything. I'll tell my son shit. I'll tell him what's
Yeah.
up.
I'm stepping to the plate for all that.
Really?
With the
Yeah.
daughter, I could be
Yeah.
tough on a son.
Because I hate that when parents or anybody, adults, speak to kids with that kid voice.
Yeah.
I hate
I'll be
that shit.
doing that the most. I
when
enjoy
I'm-
it.
When
That
I'm
shit's
around,
fun for me.
When I'm around babies, kids, I speak to them straight up like an adult.
Right.
And I think they respect that more.
You look
Why
right
you
at
proud
the
of
belly,
yourself for that?
and you
really
go,
am.
"You gonna die in there."
All right, this has been an episode of Play.
Guys,
Damn, we ain't even get to a full episode without a bush.
what's it called? Yo, man, some shows coming up, man.
That's why you so heartless, fam.
Can you throw these in the beginning? Matter of fact, I'll give some shows, and you
Yeah.
guys can put them in the
Yeah.
beginning. But listen, this has been another episode of Flagrant 2 No Easy Buckets Analysis by Assholes, water cooler commentary for your sports needs. Thank y'all so much for listening. Patreon, we're going to see you Friday. I might show you my hemorrhoid. I might not. We're going to see. You know, I'm going to see how generous I feel. But
That shit nasty.
I know it's bad. It's bad. It's super bad. Maybe I'll do like a really zoomed in version so no one really knows what it is. We'll figure it out. Anyway, man, we fuck with y'all so much. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for growing this podcast. It's amazing what we've been able to accomplish. We will speak to you very soon. Go out there, be great, get your steak done medium, maybe medium rare. I don't go medium. Wash your legs. You know what I mean? Stay at black Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Use up all their cocoa butter. It is what it is. It's been Flagrant 2. Peace.